The following is a presentation of Power 107.5 Sports.
Last Friday night, the Aggies had a tough first half, but played much better in the second half. Unfortunately, the second half wasn't enough to help the Aggies pull out a win. Tonight, the Aggies will try again to get into the win column and break that losing streak. Tonight, it's Albertville and Sparkman next here on Power 107.5.
Albertville Aggie Football is on the air. Once again, Power 107.5 is your home for Albertville Aggie Football. Each week's Albertville games are brought to you by Wilson's Barbecue, Sam Boswell Honda, Randy Jones Associates, Papa Doobies, One Team Heating and Cooling, Mug, Martinez Pools, Marshall County Gas, Liberty Bank, Howard Bentley Buick GMC, H&H Printing, The Groom Room, The Furniture Shop, Foodland Plus of Albertville, Citizens Bank and Trust, BG's, Alpha Agent Dustin Hornbuckle, Albertville Discount Tire, Albertville Discount Pharmacy, and Robert Adderholt for Congress. Now, with your Albertville pregame show, here are your announcers, Harry Galloway, John Gladden, Chris Jenkins, and Keith Ball.
Tonight, we have a couple of 0-3 teams going at it here in Albertville. The Sparkman Senators come to town. Last week, Sparkman lost their first region game and fell to 0-3. Hello, everybody. Barry Galloway back with you again for another night of Albertville football. Joining me in a few minutes will be my partners, John Gladden, Chris Jenkins, and Keith Ball. Coming up next, we'll talk Albertville and Sparkman football here on Power 107.5.
Is your pup looking a little rough? Bring them to the Groom Room, Albertville's go-to spot for happy, clean, and pampered pets. We welcome all breeds with a special touch for those lovable doodles. From baths to full grooms, your furry friend is in expert hands. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 3. And yes, walk-ins are welcome. Mention this radio ad and get 10% off your first visit. 903 East Main Street, Albertville. Call us at 256-878-1656. That's the Groom Room, where tails wag and fluff shine.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Goodnight pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cold water to dive into, a warm gymnasium to watch from the bleachers or hustle on the court. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way towards a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game you play, every practice you attend, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable services at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep the lights on and the community strong now and for generations to come.
Since 1986, BG's Restaurant on Baltimore Avenue has provided fast, friendly service, specializing in fresh chicken tenders, french fries, coleslaw, old-fashioned hamburgers, milkshakes, made from scratch breakfast biscuits, ham, sausage, and bacon, and they have pancakes. BG's features daily specials and always 3 small hamburgers for one low price. Come in or call ahead, 256-878-9294. BG's Restaurant, 1105 Baltimore Avenue in Albertville.
We're about 25 minutes away from the opening kick tonight as the Aggies are at home against Sparkman. Both teams come in with an 0-3 record, and they're both 0-1 in the region. Last week, of course, the Aggies losing to Florence 28-8. And it was Austin over Sparkman 29-7. Now, Sparkman's 3 losses. Week 1, Spain Park beat Sparkman 48-21. In week 2, it was Hillcrest Tuscaloosa over Sparkman 50-24. And again, it was Austin, a region opponent, beating Sparkman 29-7 last week. Last year, Florence over the Aggies 44-20. Overall, the Aggies have never beaten Sparkman. They're 0-5. A win tonight would give the Aggies finally their first win since 2022 and snap that 31-game losing streak. Other region games coming up tonight. You got James Clemens, who are 0-1 at Huntsville, who's 1-0. Austin, they're at home. They're 1-0 against Florence. They're 1-0. And Grissom, 0-1, takes on Bob Jones, who's 1-0. Other big area games of interest tonight. Boaz, they're off tonight. Brewer plays at Arab. Douglas travels to Scottsboro. Sardis at Gunnersville. Sylvania plays at Geraldine. And Fife at Asbury. All the scores coming up later tonight right here with the high school football scoreboard. Coming up, it's almost time for the kick. We're about 23 minutes away. It's Albertville taking on Sparkman coming up right here on Power 107.5.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major is striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
As part of our community focus, Citizens Bank and Trust is especially proud of our school branch program. The Aggie branch at Albertville High School is a real bank office where students and school employees can cash checks and make deposits. The Aggie branch is operated by students who get real-world experience plus classroom education about finance and economics. It's another big way we show we're of the community, not just in it. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
A tradition of excellence and state-of-the-art technology. That's what you get at H&H Printing. They're your source for promotional products, digital offset printing, and wide format printing, including banners, signs, posters, blueprints, and more. Voted best print shop in the Reporter Readers Poll. H&H Printing has been serving Marshall County and surrounding areas for 46 years. Located on Highway 431 in Albertville. Call Keith Holbrooks at 256-878-8829. H&H Printing, a proud supporter of the Albertville Aggies.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones & Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank. Local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
You've been listening to the Albertville Aggie Pregame Show. Now, let's go to the field for all of tonight's action with your announcers Barry Galloway, John Gladden, Chris Jenkins, and Keith Ball.
And we're coming to you live from McCord Field here in Albertville. And let's switch things up a little bit. Keith Ball, we're going to come to you first. You got a special guest down there with you.
I have a couple of special guests, but I'm going to put one on the radio. A guy that I've known, gentleman I've known since I was probably 6-7 years old. I was his water boy about 40 years ago.
You're really good at that, too, by the way.
I bet you don't remember that chipmunk story, do you?
Probably not, but I'm sure if you were involved in it, it's funny.
So yeah, I'm with Coach Paul McAbee today. He was inducted into the Albertville Hall of Fame. We're really I'm proud for him. Coach, how do you feel about being in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I'm honored, very humbled by it. All those things are great, but that when you go to work somewhere, that's not the end game. That's not the end goal. But, I would be remiss if I didn't say I was humbled by it.
Well, Coach, you were an awesome leader here at Albertville for so many years. First on the football field, and then in the also in the classroom while you were coaching, and then getting to be an administrator. You did a lot of things for Albertville, and we sure appreciate you and all the years you put in service here at Albertville.
Well, I thank you, but Albertville's done a lot more for me than I've done for Albertville. I can tell you that much. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to work, and my gosh, at the opportunities that students have in Albertville.
Well, real quick now, remember the chipmunk story? I was at practice with you, and we were playing under the pecan trees, and I got bit by a chipmunk. I picked it up, and it bit me, and I had to go to the hospital after that.
Oh, you had to pick it up. I mean,
I thought it was dead.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, man. Y'all doing a great job.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. So thanks, Keith. Coach Mack was the first coach I had a chance to follow when I did play-by-play. I started to play-by-play. Chris Jenkins, Sparkman coming into town. Another region game. Last week, we talked about this. The Aggie defense looked much better, especially in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Only giving up 7 points in the second half to Florence last week. And, guys, I think if we carry that over this week and play the first half like we played the second half of last week, that brings, different game to the table. You look at Sparkman offensively, I don't think they throw the ball as well as they run it. They average 144 yards a game running the football. Yeah. Last week we held Florence to 71 yards rushing. So, if the defense come out tonight and play like they've been playing in every game this season, they played well, that puts us in a good position. But the offense, they got to figure out a way to score some points in the first half.
I agree. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and come back. We'll go back down to the field with Keith. John Gladden's here. We'll talk to Charlie. We'll take a timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. It's Albertville and Sparkman next year on Power 107.5.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cool water to dive into, a warm gymnasium. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way for a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game, every practice, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable service at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep your lights on and the community strong, now and for generations to come.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum majors striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones and Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Holgan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank. Local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
Undefeated savings this week at Foodland Plus in Albertville. Prairie Fish bone-in assorted pork chops family pack, $1.99 a pound. Preferred Angus beef New York strip steak. Family pack, $9.99 a pound. 5-pound Idaho red or gold potatoes, $2.99 each. Michigan apples, 3-pound bag, New Crop Gala, Ginger Gold, or McIntosh, $2.99 each. Banquet Mega Bowls, 13 to 14 ounce, selected varieties, 2 for $6. Van Camp's Beanie Weenie, 7 ounce, 4 for $5 at Foodland Plus in Albertville.
This is Billy Ann with Howard Bentley Buick GMC. We want to wish the Albertville Aggies good luck this year. Whether you are on the field or performing at halftime, we are cheering for you. Check us out for all of your vehicle needs. From sales to service, we have you covered. And remember, it's always worth the drive to Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Go Aggies!
And welcome back. We're back with Aggie Football presented by Power 107.5 and Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Just minutes away from the national anthem. Let's go back down to the field. The Gilbert and Ball Ford Albertville sideline report. Keith Ball, as we begin this, unfortunately, there's a couple of injuries on the Aggie team, I understand.
Yeah, we had a couple of guys that went down last week, and it looks to be season-ending injuries, lower body injuries. Derek Orr played really good corner. Guys, looks like we're going to go to the national anthem.
We got to a moment of silence, and then the national anthem. We'll keep it here. Great job of the Albertville band. I tell you, Keith, if you would, looking straight across the field, looking at the right of the empty Sparkman bleachers, you've got the sunset behind the trees. This has got to be the most beautiful sight in high school football. It is gorgeous here tonight.
Oh, yeah. I always say that Disney World's not the most the happiest place on earth. It's been here at McCord Field at Vernon Wells Stadium on a Friday night. It's beautiful. Yeah, 2 hours ago it felt like it was July. It was pretty hot, but right now everything's really cooling off, and it's there's not a whole lot of humidity, so it feels great down here. Guys, back to those injuries. We lost Derek Orr last week to a lower body injury. It looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the year. Really good cornerback, yep. A guy that if he can get a fingertip on you, he's going to make a tackle. Really got after it. Another guy we're going to be missing out on is number 78, Brian Ferdinand. Started last week at one of the guard spots, ended up going down. He also has a lower body leg injury, and he's going to miss the remainder of the season. Really hate it for those two guys. Derek, we should get back next year. He's a junior. Unfortunately, Ferdinand is a senior, but he's still a big part of this team. He's still a motivator and one of those guys that's in that leadership role.
We'll bring in John Gladden. John, welcome, my friend. Another good night of football. Let's let you and Keith talk Albertville running backs first. We talked about last week, the running backs. We really have a good core of running backs.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, what you thought you may have only had one coming into the season, Colin Parker, that was kind of one of those seasoned running backs, all of a sudden, you got G-Man, Giovanni Lorse, tank coming in there. And then all of a sudden, Jakari Kirkland, that had that gruesome injury last year at practice, has been able to work himself back up into that rotation. And he is a good, solid third running back. And, guys, I'm going to tell you something. The other two better not be looking in the rearview mirror, because Jakari Kirkland's good enough at practice and good enough in games. He could take over that starting spot, but a great running stable right now for the Aggies.
Keith, Colin Parker, almost 100 yards last week. It's been a while since we've had one of those games.
Yeah, he was able to total 92 rushing yards last week. Like John said, our stable is really, really full right now. Looks great. We've got 3 guys that can carry the ball. Hugh Gensley's a little different. He's kind of that dump truck guy. But both Colin Parker and the Kirkland kid are really explosive. They can get it outside and very fast. Guys, another thing I was going to say about offensively tonight, and John will talk about Sparkman's defense in just a second. Sparkman's team, very big on the defensive line. I think the screen game early could help us out. Get those defensive players running sideline to sideline, try to tire them out. And then, hey, at some point, we got to turn C.J. loose and let him throw the ball downfield.
I agree. Before we get to you, John, Charlie's up here. Charlie Nash, thanks for joining us again. You've been in practice all week. Now, tell us about the week you saw at Albertville as far as the mood. How did it look on Monday?
Monday's a rough day, you know, after the loss, everything.
So how did it go as the week went on?
Spirits went higher every day. Their spirits are high today.
Do you think they're feeling good about the game tonight?
Yes, sir. Spirits been higher every day.
Charlie, we're going to send you down to the field and take some pictures. How about that?
Yes, sir. Go Aggies.
All right, thanks, Charlie. All right, John, glad Charlie's on his way down. Let's talk Sparkman. Sparkman's 0-3, but like we said about Florence last week, there's a difference in their 0-3 and our 0-3.
Yeah, when you look at 0-3 for Sparkman, they lost to one of the top 5 teams in 6A of Spain Park. Then they've lost to a top 10 Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa team. And then last week, Austin, a region game. Austin not in the top 10, Barry, but if they win tonight, I can see them being 4-0 and breaking into the top 10. Those are not 3 losses to shake your head about. It has been a tough sledding right out of the gate for the Sparkman Senators.
Go back to last year real quick. We talked about this. Sparkman jumped out to a big lead, and Talik Saint, that's when he stepped up and began having like a career game. Aggies come back, cut it close in the second half. Sparkman did go on to, about 24, but the Aggies actually had a chance in the third quarter last year.
Yeah, last year, you're right. The Aggies were able to come back coming out of the halftime locker room. I truly believe, as we talked about on the drive home that evening, that Sparkman, it was their homecoming, and I thought they went into the halftime locker room with that big lead and came out of that halftime locker room thinking that they already had it sewed up. The Aggies made some great adjustments, able to battle back in the third quarter to the point to where the coach from Coach Morrison, not Coach Morrison, I'm sorry, that was last week, Coach Watson had to put the starters back in the game. Barry, they had to score 14 late points to really kind of put that away for homecoming, but the Aggies did a great job.
Talk Sparkman, their defense has given up a lot of points. Spain Park scored 48. Hillcrest scored 50. Austin 29. Now, those are good teams, but the defense does allow some points.
They allow some points, and now, once again, you said that's 3 teams that are not very shabby, but also, too, Sparkman had some injuries coming out of fall camp. Unfortunately for the Aggies, some of those injuries coming out of fall camp are now back healthy. They'll be starting tonight. That could not bode well. I mean, of all of the times for you to start getting some starters back, it's the week of Albertville, but they were able to get some defensive starters back. But one of the ones that we're going to call a lot tonight, you're going to call Blake Battle. This is a senior middle linebacker. He is the quarterback of the defense. He is very vocal. He is very fast. And he comes with an attitude. Barry, he's already got UNA, Alabama A&M, and some other small colleges sniffing around. He's yet to commit. But Barry, not only him, but then you go and you look at Anthony Seaton and Isaac Jeffries, both of them strong safety and inside linebacker, athletic, very powerful, a lot of strong and a lot of speed coming back. This is a Sparkman defense that's going to have a telltale sign tonight. The Aggies could get some things rolling, but Barry, tonight, the defense for Sparkman, we've got to find a way to move the football, like Gene said, on the ground.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the toss of the coin. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. It's Albertville Sparkman next year on Power 107.5.
This is Dustin Hornbuckle, your local Alpha agent. Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, it's always a good call to call the Hornbuckle Agency at 256-744-7233 or stop by our office at 10675 U.S. Highway 431.
Welcome back to Albertville. Oh, there's the music right there in the air. I don't know who set the playlist up in the pregame, but we need to have a long talk.
They got a good job.
But let's talk before the toss of the coin. Offense, what can we expect from Sparkman offensively?
Well, the good thing about Sparkman, I guess you could say, is they don't have a great passing quarterback. His name is Keaton Williams. He's not a great passer, but Barry, he's a good enough passer. And who he reminds me of when I watched him on game film, do you remember Nick Marshall a few years ago for the Auburn Tigers? He was a good enough thrower that he could beat you, but he would much rather tuck the ball or pull the ball and run and utilize his athleticism out in space. Tonight, quarterback Keaton Williams, he's a 6'1", 190-pound junior who can absolutely fly when he gets out into space. But the reason why he can fly and the reason why you have to pay attention is because in the backfield is Braylon Lawson, also another junior. Great kid, awesome player, averaging 108 yards a game, said Coach Ronnie Watson. And when you look back there, it is that dynamic duo. If that duo in their backfield is able to get some things going, it opens up the passing game and opens up the playbook for Sparkman. The Aggies tonight have to shut down the running game. No doubt about it. You've got to shut down the running game and force the quarterback Williams to have to beat you in the air tonight. If you do that, you've got a chance to win.
Captains for Albertville, number 0, Cooper Scott. Number 14, Kobe Watson. Let's see, number 74, J.D. Sanders. And 34, I believe that's Tucker Teat getting set to have the toss of the coin. Last year, we mentioned Sparkman won the game 44-20. Aggies trying to break that 31-game losing streak. That's one of the longest ones in the state, too.
Number two, I actually did some research and had a friend of mine do some research. And obviously Columbia, the state's longest losing streak. But what was the number 2 longest losing streak, Barry? They did not field a team this year. So by fault, Albertville falls into that number 2 slot. But they got a chance tonight.
They do. Aggies coming in with their white pants, black jerseys, black helmets. Sparkman in their solid white with the black numerals and the black helmets. Next week we'll be on the road. We'll be traveling to Austin, I guess halfway across the state pretty much. So one of the longest road games we'll have this year. A lot of big area games coming up tonight. You got James Clemens at Huntsville, Florence at Austin, and Grissom at Bob Jones coming up tonight in the region. Big game, I guess, is Florence and Austin. They're both 1-0 right now.
And not only that, but Bob Jones, Barry, did you know this? Bob Jones is undefeated. They're in the top 10, I think, in Class 7 or just on the outskirts of it. So looks like we got the home Atlanta Falcons against the away Atlanta Falcons. Pretty much what you got, Barry.
All right. Keith making his way down to the middle of the field. We'll go down to the field for the toss of the coin.
Y'all been chosen captains. Y'all know the drill. Sportsmanship's with you on the field tonight, all right? White talk to white, black talk to black, nothing back and forth. We're me or my partners just got to get involved in it, okay? Y'all see teammates getting out of control. I'm looking to you guys to get a hold of it where we don't have to, okay? I'm going to let you call the pointers and team. I got a head and a tail. Albertville, I'm going to let you see it. I got a tail. I got a head. What's your call? What did he say? If I drop it, we're doing it again. It is head. You won the toss. Want the ball.
All right, Sparkman won the toss. They want to receive with their offense out there first.
You know, we talked, guys. I know Chris talked about defense earlier. Our defense has really played some good ball the first 3 ball games of the year. It would be awesome to get out here, get them to 3 and out, get a good punt, get good field position, and get this thing going in the right direction.
So what you're telling us, John, Sparkman, much like Florence last week, a lot of penalties. Turnovers have killed them in the first 3 games.
When you look at the first 3 games, I mean, they literally had a chance to drive the ball, put the ball into the end zone against Austin early, had the ball inside the Austin Black Bears 5-yard line, and a fumble at the 3-yard line. Austin able to recover it, turn that ball around. Tonight, I know what Coach Watson is wanting to do. He wants to get his offense out on the field. He wants to set tempo. Told me that during our interview on Wednesday night. Tempo, play fast, get after him. But, Barry, unlike last week where Florence had an inexperienced offensive line, this week the Aggies' defensive front going to be up against a very experienced offensive line that comes in averaging 6'2", 275 across the front. They can move a mass of humanity.
Chris, we're missing that one big play. 2 weeks ago we had the punt return return callback. They said he called for a fair catch. Last week, Dez broke a kick, almost took it to the end zone, called that one back with offsetting penalties. We're just missing that one big play.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody today about the very same thing, about how we need one of those plays to go our way.
Yeah.
We haven't had one yet, I don't believe. So maybe tonight it's our turn.
So, John, we came close to a pick six touchdown last week, and we're just that little, it's like a step or two away from breaking something and turning this team around.
Well, and I mean, you're right. I mean, a punt return that was more than likely going to be a touchdown that got changed around. We had the long kickoff return last week that because of a hiccup on the back end, and you said it, Barry, just a step away from a pick six. You would think one of these Friday nights, the bingo ball has to roll our way. And so far right now, you know what I love though, Barry? When even when those things have happened, the culture of the team has changed. It's changed under head coach Weingarten, and he's saying that they just get up, line up, and they play the next play. I know they're mad, and I know they're frustrated, but Coach Weingarten has got that instilled in them now. We've just got to get ready to play the next play.
Well, maybe since Coach Mack was on the field earlier, he brought some of that classic McAfee mustache mojo.
That's right.
Yeah. So maybe some good luck will be shining on us later tonight. Looking at the big board to Keith's right, man, that is impressive, isn't it? Beautiful night for football. And here we go. Game 4 underway. High kick, short kick, returnable 25-yard line. He's got some sideline, 30, 35, 40 to midfield. Finally, there will knock him out of bounds. That had to be a mix-up on special teams. There was nobody on that side for us, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Our end on this side got lost in the mix somewhere.
Yeah, the guilty party's having a coaching session, and Coach Weingarten's not going nuts. He's just coaching that he got too far inside the numbers, and they were kicking it directionally, Jink, so that they could converge on him on the sidelines, and the one that was supposed to come up the sidelines went flying inside and left the sidelines wide open.
Yes. Wow. So Sparkman starts on our 39-yard line, first and 10, and thank you for our kicker for saving the touchdown. Good job by Philippe Jean. Sparkman, 39-yard line, first down. Quarterback ready. That's Josh Nalen. The snap, turns, looks right side, throws it over his man's head, makes the catch, though. 40, stops, tries to cut, going to be knocked down. Great job of the defense. Swarming tackle. One of the first guys was Avon House, along with, I believe, Draven Hendricks. Was that Hendricks?
Yeah, Draven Hendricks was the one. You're right. House kept him pinned in, didn't let him get back to the outside. And then Draven Hendricks able to come with all 5'9", 184 pounds to the party and drags him down for a 2-yard loss, exactly what the defense needed.
Second down at 12. Sparkman lining up right in front of the Aggie band. Nalen, the quarterback, the junior, 6'170", got one back behind him. Man in motion. Nalen turns, hands off, up the middle. He's got a hole. 40, 35, 30, stops, cuts, 25 to the sideline. Finally, they'll drive him out of bounds around the Aggie 16-yard line. That's about a 25-yard run.
Barry, that is that big offensive line that we talked about. The right side of the Sparkman offensive line just able to make a big hole. And then Braylon Lawson, the junior running back, taking care of business.
A couple of juniors back there. Nalen, the quarterback, drops back, looks right side, throws to the end zone. Bad pass. Almost picked off by Dez in the end zone. That was a horrible pass. Hope we see a whole lot more of those.
Keith, as we talked about, not the greatest passing quarterbacks over there at Sparkman. He nearly put that one inside, and Albertville nearly bailed out.
Way overthrown, and Dez, with his speed, able to get back there, got a hand on it. If he picks that one off in the end zone, we got it on the 20.
Dez playing corner, quarterback pitch. Sweep to left side, stops, cuts. They got him back at the 22-yard line. That was Peyton Jones. He throws him back for a loss. It's going to be a loss of a couple. Now third down at about 14 yards.
Well, that's a great job by Peyton Jones from his linebacker position. Able to undercut the block, get north and south. Sees the running back on a little pop pass coming forward in the backfield. Solo tackle. Great job, Peyton Jones.
Opening drive of the game. Nalen, snap, rolls right side, throws, got a man wide open, 10, cuts to the 5, to the end zone, and he will score.
Keith, just a sticks route, quarterback rolling out a little half roll to the far boundary. His wide receiver on the outside runs 9 yards, comes back to him, ball's in the air, and now it's just one-on-one, and he's able to get inside position on the defender, no safety help, and able to run into the end zone touchdown.
That 8-yard out route has been there against us all year long. It's something we're going to have to adjust to. I don't know if it's a corner bailing too early or an outside linebacker not able to drive and get under number 1. We've got to correct that. Everybody's seeing that on film.
Sparkman going for 2. Nalen out of the gun. The snap, Nayland drops, looks, pressure's coming, throws to the middle, got him, complete in the end zone, beat his man across the middle. That was Reynolds for the 2-point completion. Let's take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Sparkman on top, 8-0, 10:28 to go in the first. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
As part of our community focus, Citizens Bank and Trust is especially proud of our school branch program. The Aggie branch at Albertville High School is a real bank office where students and school employees can cash checks and make deposits. The Aggie branch is operated by students who get real-world experience plus classroom education about finance and economics. It's another big way we show we're of the community, not just in it. Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back. Well, Sparkman didn't take long. Had a 3rd down and long, and they a little touchdown pass. They're up 8-0.
Yeah, on a great kickoff return back to the Aggie 39-yard line. 5 plays, 39 yards. Williams to Reynolds on a 21-yard touchdown strike. 2-point conversion good. And Sparkman strikes first blood at 8-0.
Sparkman to kick. High kick, short kick. Somebody's got to come up and field this one. It's going to take a bounce. Sparkman's got it. On our 23-yard line. Nobody is over there for Albertville. It took a bounce towards Sparkman. Sparkman, I believe, recovers, and there's an injured player. There's a flag down, but it should be Sparkman football. Keith, is that correct on our 23-yard line?
Well, I don't know that when he got his hands on the ball that he wasn't out of bounds or foot out of bounds when he touched the football. It's either that or the flag is going to be that we hit him out of bounds. So he was right along the edge. I couldn't tell from where I'm standing, but he was very, very close.
That was a great kick, Chris. It landed right between two of our deep men and bounced straight up. Sparkman got there before we did, basically, and they're saying no flag. So it's going to be Sparkman football. The injured player is the young man who fielded it, and he was drilled by one of the Aggies.
I think that they were actually, Keith, we're at on replay up here. I think they might have dropped the flag for maybe a helmet-to-helmet contact, right? Like not targeting, but that whatever they call those penalties now, where it's a defenseless player. Yeah, and so I think they're picking that up, but still, nonetheless, the Albertville, the third wave turns around and watches the ball in the second, and the final wave back there is like, oh, they're going to get it, and nobody got it. Lands between the two waves and bounces back like if you were a chip shot on the green in golf, and the outside Gunnerberry literally ran into the ball. It's about a 40-yard onside kick.
Okay, so the white cap is saying that Albertville football.
Yeah, he's going to say illegal kick out of bounds. That's what I thought. I thought that the guy touched the ball, and the first foot that came down was out of bounds, so that puts the ball out of bounds. The kick is out of bounds. The same thing, you can do the same thing as a return man. If it's close and you're down here and you're in trouble and they're about to come get you, if that ball's close to the sideline, put a foot out of bounds, grab the football. That's going to be a kick out of bounds. You're going to get the ball on the 20.
But our special teams off to a very shaky start. The opening kick, they almost run it back for a touchdown. On their kick to us, they almost recovered for an onside kick. So 2 special teams plays, and we weren't awake for either one of them.
Yeah. Here's my question, Keith. That ball, if it's all right, so you're out of bounds, right? So it's considered a kick out of bounds. Should they not be spotting the ball to the 35-yard line just as if he kicked it out of bounds?
Should be. I think that's what they're doing now. They're going to move it.
There we go.
There you go, John. That shows who's listening to Power 107.5.
That's exactly right. He's got us in his ear.
So they move it to the 35. So that is a huge break, Chris. Had that been Sparkman ball on their 25-yard line, already up 7-0, now that would be tough.
Oh, yeah.
So now the Aggies with it. It's got to settle down, play some ball. 10:20 yet to go first quarter, down 8-0. Quarterback, C.J. Zuniga, the low snap, hands off to Parker up the middle, bounces off one man, but not the next. They're going to drive him backwards. Oh, there's a wrestling match back at the 30-yard line. I'd like to see a little more of that. A good job by Christian Ramirez. He brought his man down to the turf.
Hey, Keith, in wrestling, Christian's up 2-0 in wrestling right now on that takedown. Hey, guys, good job there by the left side of that offensive line. Patterson and Ramirez making a little bit of a hold, enough for Colin Parker to at least get a 2-yard gain, Bear.
Tate Prater and Sweat wide right side, a gain of 2, second down and 8. CJ hands off Parker, stops, cuts at the corner, will not get around the corner, maybe a yard if he's lucky. I tell you, Sparkman's defense looking very quick around the corners. Last week, we were able to get around the corners against Florence, but not that time. No gain.
Now, the defensive front averaging 6'2", 242 all the way across the front, Barry, but they got 2 defensive ends, both of them being looked at by colleges, both of them about 6'2", 6'3", 175, 195, and you can see right there that they are quick as a cat, whether they're coming upfield or down the line. Just nowhere for Parker to go when he got the ball.
3rd down and 8. Aggies on their own 38-yard line, 37.5-yard line. 2 men wide right side, man in motion. That's Sweat. CJ back, looks, throws. He had his man open. Kobe Watson incomplete, led him about a yard too much. Incomplete at the 45, and the Aggies will more than likely help to punters there. Is there a flag down? They're talking. There is a flag down. I see it now on usually where you see holding.
Yeah, holding on the offensive line. Keith, right there, it looked like CJ, the snap, I think, was a little bit to his right, so he had to step and he got it. It's going to be a timing route, and as you said, the wide receiver got behind the linebackers, but once he retrieved the ball, figured out where the wide receiver was, the offensive line was also getting pushed back in his face. I think that's what I'm seeing up here in the press box.
Now, one thing that we need to do, look at, I'm sure the coaching staff will, their safety is about 5'8", and their corner playing on this side is about 5'7". That's something we can take advantage of.
Here's the snap. CJ, great kick, driving him back to the 20. Here comes the return. Gets around the corner, 25-30. Block in the back, 31-yard line. They're going to mark this one off. There's a Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. Not a bad return, but block in the back, 15-yarder. Let's see what the call is going to be exactly.
Well, and a great job there, Colin Parker. We talked about him running the football, Barry, but that time on the punt, coverage stayed in his lane, came right down the numbers, and even though getting blocked in the back, still able to get his face mask in the numbers and get his man down. Great play.
That penalty helps. They will be starting on our 34-yard line. So now their second drive is going to start as they mark it off inside the 25 down to the 24. So Sparkman back on their 24 with an 8-0 lead and the football.
Hey, Barry, we got an adjustment on one of our numbers tonight. Okay. 34 is going to be Bryson Hudgens for Albertville, 34.
Gotcha. Here's a snap, turns, hands up the middle, dances right side, around the corner. What a move, 35 to the 40, down the sideline being chased. 40, 35, 30 from behind. They'll bring him down. I believe, was that Colin Parker that brought him down from behind? Or was that Cooper Scott? I think it was Cooper Scott.
Yeah, that right side of the Sparkman offensive line, once again, just doing the damage, able to push back the defensive front. Braylon Lawson, the junior running back, said he's one of the best in 7A. You can see why. Broken all the way deep in Albertville territory.
All the way down to the 20-yard line. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Quarterback drops back, has time. Now pressure's coming, rolling to his right side. Being chased, gets rid of it. Throws it out of bounds, basically. Is about to be sacked. Smart play by the quarterback, got rid of it. It'll be incomplete.
Great job downfield, though, Barry.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely a coverage throwaway. Keith, just nowhere for him to go. The back end of the Albertville defense doing a great job.
Nayland, the quarterback, being chased by 3 Aggies, got rid of it. 2nd and 10 on the 20, and everybody moves. Who went first? Was it Sparkman or was it us?
It was us.
Yeah, there's another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. So if it's against us, it'll be 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 10.
Christian Ramirez is pleading his case, but looks to be to no avail. You're right, Gene. Jumped in the neutral zone.
So they'll mark it off 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now.
What about the Marshall County Sheriff's Department already getting one every 10? So.
There we go. They move it back to our 15-yard line now. 2nd and 5. They're already up 8-0 right in front of the Aggie band. There's movement there.
Center movement like to me.
I thought he did. Okay. No flag. Nayland, quarterback, got to the gun, went back behind him. The snap, turns, hands off, hits the middle of the line. Somebody got him at the jersey, brings him down around the 11-yard line. Maybe a yard short. Keegan Thompson had him at the jersey, held on. Going to stop him about a half a yard short. 3rd down and a half a yard.
Sparkman quickly to the line, Barry.
Nayland once again, hands off, first man through, bounces right side, got him in the backfield, but he falls forward. Again, Keegan Thompson, first Aggie there. Keegan is slow getting up. Couldn't see what happened to Keegan, but he made the tackle, and it's going to be short of a first down, 4th down about a half a yard. Watching the replay and see what happened to Keegan, he had him by the jersey. I could not tell what happened to him. I think the runner fell on him is one thing.
Yeah, and it looked like Keegan kind of dove airborne to get his arms. He's running him down from the backside, dove airborne to make the tackle, and when he did, he kind of whipped himself down on the ground. Barry, I think it just pretty much stung him really good when he hit the ground, just getting whipped down there.
Might have knocked the air out of his, get the air knocked out of him. And that's a terrible feeling. I haven't had that happen to me in about 30 years, but I remember it being awful.
Well, they're going to say he did get enough for a first, so they're going to move the chains. It's right at the 10. Now it's going to be first and goal, barely inside the 10-yard line as Keegan will check out for a moment. So Sparkman knocking on the door with an 8-0 lead, 8:09 to go in the first, and they're on our 9.5-yard line. Quarterback Nayland, one back behind him. Nayland turns, hands off to the man, to the 9, to the 5, to the 3, running over a man, bowling his way into the end zone. That was some good, hard running. Touchdown, Sparkman.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's the starter. Braylon Lawson, they hand the ball up the middle. He gets literally on his own to the 2-yard line, and then that big offensive line able to hit him at the 2-yard line, rugby scrum it on into the end zone. That's a big-time touchdown, Barry.
So a 9.5-yard run. So it's 14-0. Now they're going to bring out the kicker. Now they'll try the extra point. So we're not even halfway through the first quarter. Quickly up 14-0. Short of players. He was in no hurry at all. Now we're ready. Play clock down at 7-6-5. Better hurry the snap. High snap, gets it down. The kick is up. And it's good. We'll take a timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 7:54 to go in the first. It's 15-0 Sparkman. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5. Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Gunite pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made. And welcome back, 15-0. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, Sparkman after an Albertville punt starting at their own 24-yard line, 5 plays, 76 yards. Lawson going in from 10 yards out. Extra point up and good. Sparkman 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They lead 15-0.
Last time they had the high kick that bounced between 2 of our deep men. And we got room over there again if he tries the same exact spot. They got to move somebody over. 7:54 to go in the first quarter. High kick. Onside kick. One of the Aggies grabs it at the 49-yard line. Hey, that was a bold move. But I like that move. Good job of the Aggie up man.
That was number 15.
Yeah.
Great job by him. Who was that?
Evan House, yeah.
You know, Keith, you're taking your life in your own hands when you're the only man over there on an onside kick and 4 of them running at you. Great job and concentration there by House.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to concentrate on the football, not those that was about 450 pounds coming at you. You got to make a play on the ball.
Got to get the offense going. First drive, 3 plays and punt. And good field position. Good start on the 49-yard line. CJ out of the gun, man in motion. CJ hands off. Parker Fiddle got a hole. 45 to the 40 to the Sparkman 40-yard line. Great job of the Aggie right side of the offensive line. And that may be enough for a first 10, and one of the Sparkman players is slow getting up.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of got rolled up in the wash of the tackle, Barry. I think he's holding his looks like his left leg is what's causing him problems. But the right side of that offensive line, Kellen Hampton, and you got Colton Battles and Maddox Beck did a great job. Maddox with a kick out, and then you end up having Colton Battles and those guys blocked down. And the running back, what was his name? Parker
yeah.
Ends up hitting the hole, and when he hit it with some authority and able to break it out all the way for about a 13, 14-yard gain.
Chris, I'll tell you, Parker has more speed than we give him credit for, because showed it last week, and that when he got into the second level that time, he had only a couple of men to beat.
That's right. He hits the hole pretty fast, gets through there quick, and gets into the defensive players.
And this is a big drive. Aggies with a first down. They're going to move it to the 40-yard line of Sparkman. First down. Need some points, down 15-0. Sparkman allows a lot of points, but then again, they played some really good teams. They played Spain Park, Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, and Alston. Gave up 48, 50, and 29. But those are good offenses right there we're talking about.
Absolutely. And when you watch them on film, and I watched all 3 of those games, when you play teams that are that good, Barry, and you make mistakes, really good teams make you pay and capitalize on those mistakes. And unfortunately for Sparkman, it seemed as if every mistake they made, that either Austin or Hillcrest or Tuscaloosa or Spain Park was able to make them pay with points on the board.
Tell you one thing you don't like to see, they're taking a lot of time with this young man that's hurt. He was laying face down. He was moving, but laying face down for a couple of minutes, but now he's laying on his back. I'll tell you, we'll take a quick timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms, and come back. 7:49 in the first. Sparkman leads by 15. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Since 1986, BG's Restaurant on Baltimore Avenue has provided fast, friendly service, specializing in fresh chicken tenders, french fries, coleslaw, old-fashioned hamburgers, milkshakes, made-from-scratch breakfast biscuits, ham, sausage, and bacon, and they have pancakes. BG's features daily specials and always 3 small hamburgers for 1 low price. Come in or call ahead, 256-878-9294. BG's Restaurant, 1105 Baltimore Avenue in Albertville.
Welcome back. They're still attending to the injured Sparkman player, and Keith down on the sideline. It was like a leg injury. Is that right?
Yeah. Good news is the young man is alert. It's not a head injury. It's not a neck injury, anything like that. So everybody can take a deep breath there. It looks like a lower leg injury, and it's not just a sprain, okay? Wow. And I won't go any more detail than that, but they're going to work on him and get him stabilized, and we'll say a prayer for him later on, and hopefully it's not as bad as it looks.
Next week on the road, going to Austin, and then in a couple of weeks we're going to have the Aggies have their open week, John, and we're going to be in Collinsville with the Geraldine-Collinsville game, and that reminds me, we've got the big game between Geraldine and Sylvania tonight. The last couple of years, that game has decided who's going to be the number 2 or 3 seed or number 1 seed in their region.
Yeah, usually, unfortunately for Sylvania and Geraldine, the winner's been able to play at home in the first round of the playoffs. The losers had to play in the second round. Talking to a few Geraldine folks this week, they are really, really confident in this team this year, and they believe they got a good chance to win this game. And I think it's the first time Geraldine, if they win tonight, it's the first time in a few years that they've been able to beat Sylvania.
Right.
But I know that Geraldine and their coaching staff up there and their fans, that they're excited about this game tonight.
I know they're playing without one of the best running backs probably in the state. Got injured in the summer. Langford kid. Good football, baseball, all-around athlete. So even without him, they've got a good team this year. And it looks like they may have to bring a card out to help this young man.
Yeah.
I hate to see this. Sparkman, just joining us, a Sparkman player injured at the 35-yard line. He was in the big pile of the tackle in which the Aggies picked up a first down. Couldn't see what happened to him, don't know, but they're attending to him for a few minutes now, and it looks like they may need to bring out, here comes a stretcher. They're bringing the stretcher out. We think it's a leg injury, so it's not, likely he was moving around, his arms moving around, except it looks like a fairly, serious leg injury, but they're going to bring the medics out here and take care of him.
Well, and Barry, yes, it's pretty serious, as we had a chance to kind of talk about it a little bit off the air. But there's also this is a kid, and this is his leg, and there's going to be an overabundance of caution and overabundance of medical things done. And here's the great thing. The great thing is when we get here, we have a really good hospital right down the road that can take care of him. Or if Sparkman wants to get him transferred to Huntsville. But like Keith said, just prayers for this young man playing his heart out. Nothing malicious.
No.
He just kind of got rolled up in a pile, and when he got up in the pile, unfortunately, his leg was in that part that was getting rolled up.
Yeah, again, if you're just joining us, Sparkman took the opening kick, went down, had a 21-yard touchdown pass. They went for 2, good, with 10:28 to go in the first quarter. They went up 8-0. Then they stopped the Aggies, 3 plays and punt, got the ball back, drove down the field, had a 9-yard touchdown run from Lawson. The extra point that time they kicked 15-0 with 7:54, and that's where we stand now. The Aggies, following that touchdown, are driving, and they're on the Sparkman 40. And a big hand for the Aggie crowd and the Sparkman crowd as they've lifted the young man and placed him on the stretcher. And they'll be escorting him off the field on his way to the hospital with some type of leg injury.
I was trying to get his number just in case there's some
Can't see the number.
I hadn't been able to get it either, guys. He's been surrounded since he went down. But he'll get top-notch care. He's getting top-notch care right now. And then, like you said, we'll either get him to the hospital down the road or they can get him back to Huntsville and get him taken care of. I'll try to get you a number.
4? Okay, we got 4 and we got 5.
It's a single-digit number.
Yeah, we got. I can't tell, so we'll try to get the name for you in a second.
If you'll pull that jersey
Again,
down.
it's a Sparkman player.
4. It's 4.
It is 4.
Number 4. So our thoughts and prayers will be with number 4. I'm not going to call his name out if that's okay, guys.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So he is sitting up, taking the pads off now.
Oh,
it's a leg injury. He's alert. He's sitting up, leg injury. He's going to be taken to the hospital and evaluated. And it is number 4 for Sparkman, as they'll escort him off the field. They're waiting to get everything set. You hate this for the Sparkman Senators coming in 0-3, looking for their first win, first region game, and they lose one of their starters. And he does have like an air cast around his leg. So a good hand from the Aggie crowd, standing ovation for him, and the players standing and clapping. That's tough. Now the Sparkman players coming out, going to go over him, wishing the best. Hug from one of his teammates. That just shows you how quickly, things can change in the game. 1 minute you're making a tackle, next play you're down and injured and going to be escorted off. And good to see Superintendent Reeves there is going to go over and give the young man a hug and a pat on the back.
That's a classy move
right there.
there.
Saying a little prayer for him as they go off the field. Classy move. All right, as they leave the field, they'll be on the way to the hospital. So now back to the action. That's tough for both sides when you have to follow that kind of injury, any injury, and get back to action, play full speed. So the Aggies have it first down on the Sparkman 40-yard line. C.J. Zuniga, man in motion, hands up to Parker at the middle, dances around one man. They got him, a gain of about 3. The middle of the Sparkman line makes the tackle. So a gain of 3 for the Aggies, second down and 7. This is a crucial drive, John. You're down to 15-0. You need points right now.
You got to come away with some kind of points, and you have the ball. Colin Barker on the very first touch of this series, able to get you a really good chunk. And with the ball setting up the 37-yard line, another 15 yards, and you will be in the range of Phillip John. So the Aggies need to come away with some points to kind of turn away the momentum that Sparkman has.
G-Man checks into the backfield, his first appearance. Rolls right side, pitch back to G-Man. Got him. 39-yard line. A loss on the play. The defense read that perfectly. A loss of 2, third down and 9, Albertville.
Barry, that's one of the defensive big men on campuses that Coach Watson told me about. Number 9, Anthony Seaton, the safety. Very athletic, but he says he does a great job of what they call running the alley. And Keith, I don't know if you saw that, but he came from his safety position, ran the alley untouched, and right when G-Man got the pitch, he was hit.
Third down and 9. I make it 3rd and 10. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Sparkman showing blitz from the 40. Man in motion is Sweat. C.J. back blitz coming, throws. Sweat through a sidearm. Had Brent made the catch, he was about to be hit for a loss. C.J. blitz coming through. He just had to get rid of it. And no gain, incomplete pass, 4th down.
Yeah, Sparkman bringing the house right there and say, little young quarterback, if you can get the ball off before we get to you, good luck. And they brought number 10. We talked about that middle linebacker that's going to have the opportunity. Blake Battle, the UNA, Alabama A&M, some other offers on the table right now. Coming right down the pipe, unblocked, is C.J. just having to get rid of the football.
C.J. lining up to punt. Sparkman one-man bag deep around the 10-yard line. It's 4th and 10. C.J. a fake, throws it deep left side. Got a man. There's a foul.
Yeah.
Yes, he was open. Pass interference. Tate Prater was shoved to the ground. I think that was a Sparkman player saying, well, I'm not going to give up a touchdown. We'll take a penalty.
Yeah, Tate Prater, it was a great fake. Snapped it back to C.J. C.J. took about a half a step forward like he was going to punt it, and then Keith threw it deep. It's man-on-man coverage. The Sparkman defender all turned around, and he had no choice but to interfere with him.
I like the call there, Chris. What do you think?
I was waiting on it to happen. I could have called that one probably because it looked just perfect.
Keith, what do you think? Was the defender just trying to prevent a touchdown?
Yeah, you nailed it 100%. He said, well, I'm beat. I better grab him so he don't get a touchdown. We'll take 15 yards and not another 6 points or 6 points. Guys, we got to do something with it right here.
All right, Parker Gibson checks in. He's wide left side. C.J. from the gun He'll turn, low snap, hands off right side, stop, cuts, are going to stand him up at the 23-yard line. Short gain for Colin Parker. Trying to get around the corners, that's not there tonight, John.
Well, it's just the speed. There's speed and athleticism by the defensive ends and the outside linebacker. And Barry, once again, those guys are doing their job. And here comes number 9, Anthony Seaton, that safety that we talked about that does a great job of running the alley. And when you're trying to turn up field and there's a safety right in your face, Keith, it's just not going to bode well for you.
Well, and we've got to take advantage of that. They're sending that safety and that Mike linebacker almost every play. Somebody's is getting back in the backfield. Screen them, man. Let them run by you and throw the ball over their head.
5:41 to go in the quarter. Out of the eye, hands up the G-man, hit the line of scrimmage, spotting, using power for a couple. They're going to give him maybe a yard. 3rd down, 7 Aggies. I would like to see more first, second down pass attempts.
And right now, you may have to throw it a little bit on 1st down to kind of make that, make it honest. And there, we may have a heat timeout.
We do. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. With a timeout, 5:23 to go in the first, 15-0 Sparkman. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
A tradition of excellence and state-of-the-art technology. That's what you get at H&H Printing. They're your source for promotional products, digital offset printing, and wide format printing, including banners, signs, posters, blueprints, and more. Voted best print shop in the Reporter Readers Poll. H&H Printing has been serving Marshall County and surrounding areas for 46 years. Located on Highway 431 in Albertville. Call Keith Holbrooks at 256-878-8829. H&H Printing, a proud supporter of the Albertville Aggies.
Big 3rd down call coming up, and I'm guessing, John, we're probably, even if you don't make it here, you're going to go for it on 4th down because you're on 3rd and 7 on your 22-yard line. Or their 22-yard line.
Yeah, but you got to remember that you got the leg of Phillip John, who's been able to kick one. And if I'm not mistaken, he kicked one that long. Who was game to Boaz? He kicked one, a long one like that against Boaz. And so, that's in the back of, actually, and probably in the back of Coach Weingarten's mind as well. But the good thing is heat timeout came at a really good time for Albertville on a 3rd down and long. Kind of gave them an extended time for he and the offensive coordinator to talk about it, come up with a plan.
3rd down, 7. The ball on the Sparkman 22-yard line. 5:21 to go in the quarter. 15-0 Sparkman. CJ drops back, looks, throws, got a little screen. Complete, Sweat, 20, 15, 10, 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Albertville.
You called it, Barry. You said you got to go to some of the screen passes. You did too, Keith. Let them run upfield. Brant Sweat comes underneath it. The offensive line releases downfield. Linebackers and defensive backs with linemen in their face. Nobody touches Brant Sweat until he's a half a yard in the end zone.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage of it. They're fast, guys. They've got a lot of speed on this defense. But other than number 9, they're not very tall. If you can get the ball in the backfield, I think we can make plays on them right there. Is a great example. Great coaching right there. Big-time touchdown.
There's a whistle before the snap on the extra point. I go back to the touchdown. It makes you wonder, Keith, you may know, the injured player, I don't know what position he played exactly, but maybe the middle of the field is where he would have been had he been out there. And had a number 2 out there taking his place.
He's an outside linebacker, star linebacker. He's kind of playing the outside linebacker spot. So he's been replaced by a sophomore. Yeah, you're right. That probably is hurting him right now on defense. He could have sniffed that one out maybe. But I tell you what, it was a great play call. Yeah. And our, like I said, coaching staff has got to see that they've got all that speed and they're bringing it, man. Number 9 or number 10 is in the backfield every time. If you're going to do that, you run the risk of people screening you, and we did it right there, and it worked out.
I think you're about to see Kirkland up the middle. We're going to go for 2. Sparkman was offside, so we'll move it about half a yard. So now we're going to go for 2. The gift to Kirkland up the middle into the end zone. Nobody stopping him. 2-point try is good. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 5:10 to go in the first. It's 15-8. Sparkman leads here on Power 107.5.
Hello, my friends. Terry Mason here for Albertville Discount Tire. Highway 75 in Albertville. Next to the railroad track. Albertville Discount Tire, where we sell quality tires at a low wholesale price. Minor repairs, front-end alignments, lift kits for your trucks. We got it all at Albertville Discount Tire here in downtown Albertville. Look, here at Albertville Discount Tire, Daniel knows we can't get everyone's business, but he sure does want yours. Albertville Discount Tire, 256-891-6000.
had a great drive by the Aggies. They faked a punt, got a first down, and kept on going into the end zone later. Here's your Gilbert and Maul Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, Albertville started at their own 49-yard line, 9 plays. 51 yards later, Zuniga to Sweat on a 22-yard touchdown pass. The key play of that drive, Barry, you alluded to it, the 15-yard penalty on a 4th down fake punt. 2-point conversion good. And what was 15-0, now the home crowd is back in it. The Aggies down 15-8.
You know, it's been a while since we've been trailing only 7 in against a Huntsville team, a region opponent. So here we go. Kick it off. Down by 7, still in the first quarter. High kick, returnable, 15-yard line. He's going to try the middle. 20 now cuts to the left side. 30 being chased. 30-yard line. There's a hold. No call. Down the sideline. Midfield cuts back. He stepped out of bounds apparently. And I thought there was a hold about the 20-yard line. Nobody threw a flag, but he takes it all the way to the Aggie 46-yard line. Special teams are really hurting the Aggies tonight.
Tonight, yeah, people just not staying in their lanes. But, Barry, that time I do think that the gunner was staying in his lane, got held. But what was going to cause the problem, I believe, Barry, is that the hold was to the inside, but he had his hands inside the framework of the body, Keith. I think that's what saved him from the holding call.
You got to over-exaggerate that sideline, man. You can't go inside.
No.
You can't do it.
That's 3 times they've almost returned the kick back for a touchdown.
Well, and it's happened in other games, too.
46-yard line, our 46, first down. Sparkman, nailing the quarterback from the gun, drops back, has time. Plenty of time, throws it deep down the middle. A jump ball, pushing and shoving. There's a flag, but who's going to be guilty? They were both pushing and shoving.
Yeah, I think the wide receiver for Sparkman saw the ball. He was trying to come back for it. The Albertville safety pulls him down. I think that's got to be pass interference on Albertville.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. And according to the guilty party who just kind of flipped his hand at the referee, it's going to be 15 yards.
Evan House disagrees with that one. Now, that was a tough one because they both were pushing and shoving. I think House had more of a handful of jersey and pulled him to the turf. Coach Weingarten saying they were both doing it. Should have been no call.
But, Barry, did you see what I was talking about when I said that he's not the greatest of all passers? He can throw good enough, but the strength of Sparkman's team's on the running game.
31-yard line. Sparkman back to pass. Nayland again. Pressure's coming. Rolls to his right. Being chased. He's going to tuck it and run. Flags are down. He's going to be popped at the 26-yard line. Good tackle by Tate Prater, but there's a flag down. Got to be a holding call. And they're going to bring this one back, I would think.
Yeah. Keith looked like the 2 wide receivers on the far side when their quarterback started scrambling and they knew that he wasn't throwing the ball to them, turned on the defensive backs, and there's a lot of holding going on.
It may be that the young man playing quarterback's got a lot of speed, guys.
Yeah.
They're going to zone read us. That's what they've been doing all game so far. He's not pulled it when they run zone read and you're reading the defensive end. He's not pulled it yet and ran around the end. He's giving it every time. We need to do something. We need to pinch our middle on the defensive line, but somebody better account for that guy. He's going to pull it. He's going to get outside. Got a lot of speed.
It was a gain of 5, but they've marked it off with a penalty back to the 40-yard line. So it's first down at about, another flag down. Somebody jumped. This should be on Sparkman. So they're going to walk this one off against Sparkman. So another penalty, another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. So this has kind of been what's killed them the entire season so far.
That's exactly right. When you talk to Coach Watson in his 3rd year up there at Sparkman, he said, we have just got to do a better job of coaching. And he said, and coaching means that we've got to coach our players better because we are getting way too many inopportune penalties. Case in point.
Back to the 45-yard line. It's 1st and 24 for Sparkman. Nayland, the quarterback, the snap, hands off, first man through, stop, turns, 40, 35, tripped up finally over the 35. They get a lot of the yardage back from the penalty and all the way down to the 34, but it's well short. It's going to be second down at about 13.
Gosh, that guy's good. I mean, Braylon Lawson, junior running back. Keith, he's stocky. He's a great runner, but he can hide behind that mass of humanity and then all of a sudden just pop out at you.
Number 24, Marbury checks in now. Second down at 13. The give to Marbury. No play action. Throws to the middle. Got a man. Incomplete at the 5-yard line. When he throws it deep, he's not accurate. Short passes where he kills you.
Looks like me throwing the ball out there in the backyard. I mean, being honest with you, Barry.
Another penalty?
Yep. Yeah, looks like we got a penalty. Is it holding?
No, it was, looked like legal man downfield.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'd take the play because you can look at 3rd and 13 if you decline the penalty. Incomplete pass, yeah. An eligible man downfield declined. So with a 3:52 to go on the first, Sparkman on hour 34 with a 3rd down and about 13 coming up.
This is a big down. I mean, the Aggies just scored on their last drive, able to get 8 points. Might be 2-down territory, but a big, big down right now because if the Aggies can get the ball back with left to go in the first and the entire second quarter, Barry, the opportunity to put a drive together because what confidence. We scored and then our defense held them.
That's secondary. Need a big play. They're going to pass 5 receivers. Drops back. Nayland looks, throws right side. Got him. He brought down. Great tackle. Open field tackle. Then goes Dez Simpson. Not enough for the first. If he had lost him and didn't make the tackle, he could have went down the sideline and scored.
Yeah, just a quick dig route. Keith, about 8 yards. We're going to catch it, see if our guy can beat your guy. But Dez Simpson comes up with a great open field one-on-one tackle.
Dez has played corner off and on since he was in 9th grade. One thing about Dez, and he's kind of small, but I tell you, if he gets his hands on you, he's going to tackle you. He's got a huge heart.
Gain of 7, 4th down and 6 coming up. Nayland drops, looks right side, throws, incomplete. The Aggies have stopped them. Aggies will take over, 1st down. First time Sparkman hasn't scored on a drive.
Well, what about this? Wide receiver was running a sticks route. And how I know that is he ran 1 yard past the 1st down marker, turned around to look at the quarterback. The quarterback threw it on up the sidelines, and the wide receiver just pointed at the 1st down marker to say, hey, it's just a sticks route. Great job there by the Aggie defense. Great job by Simpson to make them have to go for it on 4th down. And now let's capitalize on that momentum offensively.
How about that? Aggies hold and have a chance to go down the field in time. 1st down, 26-yard line. Hands off to Parker. Parker bounces right side, hits a 30. He was popped by 2 linemen, but a good run by Collin. Should have got nothing. He gets about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Key, looks like the right side of that Aggie offensive line has found something, and Parker's been able to get in there and get yardage.
John, if they can somehow get to the 2nd level, chip their first guy, if we can get somebody to the 2nd level, Parker was going to break one. Either that or Kirkland is going to break one. It's there. It's just right on the verge of happening.
They give him 4, so it's 2nd and 6 from the 31-yard line. CJ from the gun turns, hands off. Kirkland stops, tries to cut. He's going to be driven back. Nothing there. That when we try to go around ends, there is nothing there. Yeah. Sparkman says we fumbled the ball. They say it's theirs. The officials are talking about it.
It did.
And they're saying, yes, Aggies turned it over. I'm watching the replay here to my right. Let's see. I thought he was down. Kirkland, at the end of the play, nope, they're right. Yes. They shook the ball out of his hands.
Absolutely. As he is going down to the ground, a couple of the Sparkman Senators, Keith, right there in front of you, has got him stalemated. The 3rd one comes in, just raking and pawing at the ball. Ball pops out. Big, huge turn of events for Sparkman.
Yeah, we've talked about that. You know, the young man is so explosive with the ball in his hands. That's the part of his game that's still lacking. He's young. He's inexperienced. Got to hold on that football. When you get in the pile, they're going to be pulling for that ball. They're going to try to be punching it out. Got to hold on to that thing.
And that's tough because the Aggies had a chance to put together a drive and tie the game. Now we turn it over on our 27-yard line. Sparkman football, 2:25 to go in the first. Sparkman up 15-8, and they have the ball after the Aggie fumble. 1st down. Nayland, the snap, hands off. He's going to cut it right side. Going to stop. Nope, going to throw it downfield. Got a man wide open, but his knee touchdown at the 2-yard line. That was a great play call by Sparkman.
Did they? I want to look at the replay. If they pitched that ball forward and then he threw it forward, guys, that's 2 forward passes. Did he hand it off or pitch it?
Back to the action. Hands off up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Fighting for the end zone. Did he get in? I don't think so at the goal line. I don't think he got in. They're looking at it. That was Lawson again.
He's going to be short, guys. Watch him. They're going to go fast right here.
Half a yard. 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. Sparkman lines up quickly. Hands off to Lawson again. Lawson is hit. Spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Sparkman.
Wow. Great job there on the previous play by the defense of Albertville not to let him in. Barry, this time they still hit him short of the goal line, but good running backs do what good running backs do. He was able to spin off where he felt kind of the weakness of the tackle, and when he did, he was able to slide into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the fumble, that is tough.
And what we got to, John, we got to keep in the back of our mind, they're going to be a zone read team, and then when they got you on the ropes, they're going to go fast. We've got to get lined up.
Now for the point after. 1:49 to go in the first, 21-8, and the extra point. Snap, high snap, gets it down. The kick is up, and it's good. The second timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 1:49 to go in the first. Sparkman up 22-8. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Marshall County Gas District reminds you to call before you dig. Call 811. Know where you can dig. Utility lines and pipes could be buried anywhere on your property. Whether you hire a contractor or do the work yourself, always contact the Marshall County Gas District before you dig. Call to prevent outages, property damage, and even serious injury. Call 811. Dig safe. It's smart, it's free, and it's the law. A safety message from the Marshall County Gas District.
Sparkman capitalizes on their fumble. Take the end zone. Here's your Gilbert and ball forward at Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, after that fumble, Sparkman starting at the Albertville 27-yard line. 3 plays, 27 yards later, Lawson goes in from about a half a yard out. Extra point up and good. Still in the first quarter, Sparkman leads Albertville 22-8.
And we need a turnover from Sparkman. Somebody. So we had a chance to drive down the field and maybe score and tie this game up. We turn it over. Sparkman takes advantage. High kick, short kick. Dez comes up, makes the catch, 30-yard line. We've got to do something on that. That ball almost bounced between two men again. Yeah. And they almost had a chance to recover another onside kick.
I think that, to be honest with you, I think the back guys think that Dez is supposed to come up and get it, and there's still some confusion. I mean, we've already had that real long, I guess you could call it onside kick, Barry, what happened earlier in the game. Nearly happened again. I'm just glad that Dez has got the speed that he's got because he was able to get under it and get out of bounds.
I'd like to see a first down pass. They are not looking for pass at all on first down. They almost know you're going to run the ball, and usually right up the middle. First down, 30-yard line. First down, you got Parker, Sweat in the backfield. They're going to give it to Sweat. Going to try to bounce it right side. He stops, cuts to the middle. They're going to hit him and drive him backwards. The little man went into big man territory, and he gets nothing, maybe a yard. They're going to give him 1 second down and 9.
Keith, looks like those two interior defensive linemen sitting at 265 and 330 just kind of locked up everything in the interior of the offensive line. And when they ran that underneath handoff and he tried to cut up field, there's just a mass of humanity, nowhere for him to go.
But I think we need to keep doing it, John. I think we need to run the football kind of at them. You can't run the ball side to side against guys like this. They're so fast. And I think we've got to back them up, man. Look at where their safeties are playing right now.
Second down and 9. CJ drops back. Pressure's coming. A little screen. Sweat's got it over the middle. Got a room. Got some room. 35-40. Needs a block or two. Not going to get it, but he's going down 47-yard line. That play is working all night tonight, John.
Yeah, that was the play that CJ was able to hit Brant Sweat with a 22-yard touchdown pass. This time they just come back after a really small gain on first down, needing an explosive play. Throws it to Brant Sweat. Wide receiver screen on the far boundary, able to get upfield for about a 17-yard gain.
Yeah, Brant already has a 1 touchdown catch. Similar play. We're first and 10 on the 47-yard line. Maybe the last play of the quarter. First quarter, we're down 22-8 with the ball on our 47-yard line. We are driving. CJ looks left side. Now looks back to the middle. Going to throw it deep. Down the middle. Wide open. Sweat's there. Got it. 10-5 to the end zone touchdown. And he almost dropped the ball at the 5-yard line.
Stutter and go. 3 wide receivers along the far side. Two wide receivers, and then they shift it out of the backfield, and it's just kind of a wheel route. And when they get focused on the wheel route, Brant Sweat running a skinny post over his shoulder on a great ball from C.J. Zuniga, able to haul it in at the 16-yard line and able to go into the end zone. That is a big explosive play for the Aggies.
Now, many times you see our receivers burn the secondary like that, Chris. Especially players who are going to play college next year.
Oh, yeah, he toasted them.
Way to go, Brant Sweat. Now for the point after. CJ to hold. They broke through the middle. Somebody got a hand on it. I don't think anybody blocked the big guy. Is there a flag? Nope, no flag, no good. We'll take a timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 18 seconds to go in the quarter. 22-14. Sparkman on top. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Is your pup looking a little rough? Bring them to the Groom Room, Albertville's go-to spot for happy, clean, and pampered pets. We welcome all breeds with a special touch for those lovable doodles. From baths to full grooms, your furry friend is in expert hands. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 3. And yes, walk-ins are welcome. Mention this radio ad and get 10% off your first visit. 903 East Main Street, Albertville. Call us at 256-878-1656. That's the Groom Room, where tails wag and fluff shines.
Watching the replay on the big board, he scored again. Yeah, Brant Sweat. Here's a Gilbert and ball forward and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, Albertville starting at their own 30-yard line. 4 plays, 70 yards later. C.J. Zuniga to Brant Sweat on a 47-yard touchdown strike. However, the extra point no good, but the Aggies still holding in close, Barry. Sparkman up 22-14.
Well, sometimes you're so wide open you almost just drop it. Those are the ones you drop. Sweat bobbled the ball about the 5-yard line. He's got 2 touchdowns in the game. Aggies down by 8. 18 seconds to go. First quarter. Yep, first quarter. It's been a long quarter. We did have the injury with a Sparkman player. Onside kick. It's going to be recovered at the 48-yard line. Hey, the Aggies tried it. Sparkman already tried it. And that was close. Aggies almost got it.
Yeah, I know there's some people probably on the radio and probably in the stands saying, Coach, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Because he's trying to give his team a chance to win. That's right. And if you remember when Tommy Tuberville first got to Auburn and Auburn hadn't been they called him the Riverboat Gambler because he would do things like that. Defense is playing well. They're going to have to. Sparkman starts at their own 48-yard line.
I like the call. 48-yard line. Sparkman will start. They've had some good field position the entire game. Quarterback rolls right side, throws back across. Got his man complete 40-yard line, breaks the tackle. Going to be knocked down from behind at the 33-yard line. Making the tackle again, Keegan Thompson. It's going to be a first down. One more play to go in the quarter. Is there a player that
Keegan, I didn't think he was going to get up.
Slow getting up, but he's okay.
Man, remember, Keegan got banged up a little bit earlier in this game, and once again, flying downfield with reckless abandonment.
Quarterback hands out up the middle. Got some room. 31-30 inside the 26-yard line, straight up the gut. That is close to a Sparkman first down as the clock goes down to 0. When we come back, Sparkman's driving inside our 30. After one quarter of play, we'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Sparkman leads 22-14. You're listening to Albertville Football on Power 107.5.
When it comes to your home comfort, you need a team you can trust. At One Team Heating and Cooling, we are here for all your heating and cooling needs. Whether it's repair, installation, or maintenance, we offer the latest in air purification, the new Calgon Air Purifier. This state-of-the-art system works to clean the air in your home by eliminating dust, smoke, odors, and even viruses and bacteria to live and breathe comfortably. Call Don Abbott at One Team today at 256-660-0950.
First quarter's over. We are back with Albertville Aggie Football presented by Power 107.5 and Howard Bentley Buick GMC.
And Barry, right now down on the field, if we'll take a moment, you end up having Joyce Bishop, Paul McAbee, and Dr. Thrash, all 3 of them inducted into the Albertville High School Aggie Hall of Fame today, having a recognition service for them down on the field right now. 3 great, loyal Aggies over the years.
Coach Mack still looks good.
Oh, he can still do it. He's out here teaching block techniques. I can guarantee you that. And Chris was a year older than me in school, and he's pretty much the smartest guy in the stadium right now.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 22-14. How about 36 points in the first quarter? And for once, it wasn't the other team scoring all 36.
That's pretty good, Barry.
Hey, we played some good football. You take away that one fumble we had, we could have a tie game right now. Sparkman looking at a 2nd and 1, quarter number 2 underway, and we sent about 9 men before the snap. So, yeah. So another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field.
Keith, you know that teams see us do that on film. You got 2nd down and about 2. They come out of the break, hard count, and literally everyone at the line of scrimmage is in the neutral zone and a free first down.
And they move the ball to the 21-yard line, first down. Nayland, quick pass left side, got his man, and breaks the tackle down to the 15-yard line. Almost tackled in the backfield by Hendricks, got around him. And one of the Aggies slow getting up. He's okay. Yeah, they got to hurry, got to line up. That was a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 on their 15-yard line. Quarterback Nayland gets them set. 5 receivers this time. Nayland trying to pull us off sides. Now he'll take a step back and get the play from the sideline. So it's 2nd and 5 on their 15-yard line. Nayland out of the gun. Nayland drops, looks left side, throws short, got his man, a wide open 10 to the 5, to the sideline, going to throw him out of bounds, but you give him a lot of room, and it's all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Keith, looks like we've got another Sparkman player across the way who's injured, the defensive back, as he was throwing the Aggie out of bounds. But just, Keith, we are giving, when we get close to that end zone, we're giving still a whole lot of cushion. Mm-hmm. And it's just making it real easy to pitch and catch with those wide receivers to get 8, 10, 12 yards a pop.
You're exactly right. We're giving up 9 yards right there, and we're on the 18, 20-yard line. Yeah, I know they've got a lot of speed, and you got to respect that speed. But, man, you can't give up 9, 10 yards when you're down here this close. I mean, now all they got to do is run the football, and they get 2 yards, they're in. The young man that's down right now, it from where I'm standing, kind of looked like just a routine tackle. I don't know what happened. It didn't look, he didn't get rolled up on like the other guy did. It was a one-on-one tackle. He just kind of got. They both went to the ground, but they immediately called for the trainers.
Whatever happened, the trainers were called immediately as soon as he went down to the turf. They wasted no time on that one.
You're in one corner of the end zone looking all the way across. Do we have an individual? Is he on his? I can see his feet, and this is someone who's helping. Is he holding the young man's head? Like, is he? I can see that he's on his stomach. Is he holding the young man's head stable until the medical professionals get there?
I don't know, John, because he rolled over. He's moving his arms.
Yeah. Good sign.
It's. He's down there really close, and he's talking to him, but they did roll him over, and they weren't, and it may be just a situation where he got knocked out. It may be he took a weird shot when he hit the ground, and he just went out.
The stretcher's coming out immediately.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure whatever happened. They knew from the instant that this is serious.
Well, like I said, he's sitting up. I don't think it's a neck injury or anything like that.
I wonder if it's another leg injury.
Don't know.
No, I think, guys, if I'm going to put money on it, I'm going to say when the young man went down, he hit the ground weird with his head and he got knocked out. And that's why. And there was one of the trainers for them was standing right there. She probably saw that he was completely out, and so it's just precautionary that they're going to bring the stretcher over, get him getting checked out, but. I'm going to say that's what it is at this point.
This is the second Sparkman player earlier in the first quarter. That's why we're almost 8 o'clock and just now beginning the second quarter. We're at about a 15, 20-minute delay as they worked on the Sparkman player earlier with a leg injury. And they had the air cast on as they escorted him off the field on the stretcher. He was setting up and waving at the crowd as he left, but a serious, some type of break possibly. We don't know, but he's gone to the hospital. Now, here comes the second Sparkman player just a few minutes later, and the stretcher's coming out again. Is that him? Is this setting up and walking?
Yeah, he's walking now, guys. I think he just he just hit his head weird, which, hey, is nothing to boo-boo at. No. Head injuries are treated way different than they were back when we were playing ball. So hopefully that young man is okay and just got his his bell rung really, really good. Hey, credit the training staff was on scene. I'm talking about within seconds.
Paramedics are leaving the field with the stretcher as they walk him over to the medical tent on the sideline.
The way this game's going, just leave it right there, Barry. We're just on the other side of that fence.
This has been a tough game. So now Sparkman with the ball on the 2-yard line, 1st and goal with 11:23 to go in the second quarter. Nayland, the quarterback, hands off. Going to be hitting the guy right in the backfield. Who hit him? Wow, somebody stood him up. I believe that was Mason Frolic.
Yeah, exactly who it was. Mason Frolic running the lane, the 5'11", 185-pound senior, unblocked. And you're going up against a young man who's going to play football next year on Saturday, in 2 years on Saturdays, Barry. That's a piece of film work you might want to send to other schools because that's what a linebacker's supposed to do.
2nd and goal, back down to the 3-yard line, and we jump again. So give them a yard and a half. Unless they pulled us off. I saw movement on our side. Maybe Sparkman moved first. Couldn't tell. But it's 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal.
I think they're calling it on the center, guys, if I'm not wrong.
They're talking. Yeah, they were talking to the Sparkman center just now. I'm wondering if he's flinching or moving the ball in some way.
That's a big penalty if it is, because now you go from 3rd and goal back to the 8-yard line. Are they saying no flag now? Okay, it is actually, I thought it was 2nd down. They had the change was also wrong. So it's second down and goal. No penalty, apparently. They're second and goal. Hands off right side. Hit in the backfield. Fighting. We got to keep him out of the end zone. Aggie defense again. The middle of the Aggie defensive line led by, I believe that was 59, Hunter Alford.
And Barry, he's not going to get his name on stats book or Jinx stats book over there. But number 5, Draven Hendricks comes in, gets in the legs of the running back. He doesn't bring him down, but he allows the Aggies to rally.
Third and goal from the 3. Nayland rolls left side, throws to the back of the end zone, throws it over his head, incomplete. Aggie defense holding, so now it's fourth down. The kicker comes out. They may settle for the 3 and make it a 2-possession game.
Barry, if we're able to get out of this situation only giving up 3 points, that is hats off to a huge Aggie defense where it was first down and goal at the 3-yard line. That is a huge win, Keith, for the defense if they're able to get out of here only giving up 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys stood up. You're talking about making 2 big plays in the backfield with our linebackers.
Now for the field goal. The tee's on the 9-yard line, so about a 19-yard field goal attempt. The snap, it's down, kick is in the air, looks good from here, and it is good. Let's take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 10:24 to go on the half. It's now 25-14. Sparkman, you're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Looking for a taste of the South right here in Albertville? Look no further than Papa Doobie's, conveniently located at 9510 Highway 431. Open Tuesday through Saturday, Papa Doobie's serves up mouth-watering jambalaya, juicy steaks, fresh seafood, and comforting pasta dishes that'll leave your taste buds dancing. And don't forget about Little Doobie's, our charming on-site event center. Planning a holiday party? Book now before spots fill up. Call 256-894-7878. Papa Doobie's, where good food and great times come together.
Welcome back to Aggie defense. They hold them to a field goal. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, after an onside kick that Sparkman was able to get at their own 48-yard line, 7 plays, they're able to drive at 49 yards, but then the Aggie defense able to rear their old ugly heads and keep them out of the end zone, but Daniel Gomez able to put a 19-yard field goal through the uprights. Sparkman extends their lead, but a great job by the Aggie defense, 25-14 Sparkman.
Gotta quit giving them good field position. The special teams got to do a little better job the rest of the way. 25-14. Here's the kick. High kick. Returnable. Dez, 15-yard line. Here he comes. 20 to the 25. Tries to spin around from one man. Will not. He was hit hard at the 28-yard line going down. Aggies will start. Decent start. 28-yard line. First down and 10.
Keith, I didn't know if Dez was going to get up from that one. A Sparkman guy kind of grabbed him from behind. He couldn't go forward. And then another one of those gunners coming right down the hash has just had a free shot at him.
And I tell you what, John, he did a spin move and spun right into a grizzly bear over there, number 45. Bear hugged him, and he wasn't going anywhere.
Keith, he was shaking his head as he comes off in front of us, trying to get the cobwebs out because he was hit hard.
I don't even know if he knows what his zip code is right now.
Chris, I wouldn't mind seeing him go deep again.
I wouldn't either.
2 men wide left side, Sweat in motion, hands up at the middle. Parker following his big line, 30. They're going to drive him back now. He out to the 31.5-yard line. So a gain of a couple, maybe 3. It'll be second and long.
Right there. Sometimes you win, sometimes they win. And that interior defensive line at 265 and 330, able just to stalemate the offensive line. Very great spot. However, I didn't think Parker got that far upfield, but they gave him 2 yards.
Second down and 8, we'll call it. 9:50 to go here in the half, 25-14. Yeah, 39 points here in the half. It's been a busy first half. Aggies with the ball. 2 backs behind CJ. He'll turn, pitch back left side. Sweat trying to bounce around the corner. Going to drive him back. 27-yard line. I tell you, whatever play that is, that would give me a big old marker and mark you through that one because every time we run it, it loses yards.
Yeah, just when you have speed and you're running the option and it's kind of a speed option, then you pitch it out, and they're just doing a great job, Keith, of stringing that all the way down the line. And number 26, excuse me, lost my place right there. Deion Martin able to hold the edge.
If you're going to run the speed sweep against guys like this, a lot of times you probably need to fake the pitch, let the quarterback keep it, get 2 or 3 yards.
All right, third down and 11. CJ drops back, has time, a lot of time. Throws it deep, got a man, got it. Sweat, 45-yard line, first down, Albertville.
Two wide receivers on the far side, one in a deep route. Sweat on the inside runs a deep out, about a 14, 15-yard out. And great job, Keith, by the Albertville Aggie offensive line to give C.J. Zuniga all the time in the world to see that 15-yard out route work for the first down.
Guys, I want to see Kobe Watson line up over here against number 28. He's got about 6 inches on him. Let him go deep. This guy can't cover him.
First down, Aggies finding something in the secondary, 45-yard line. C.J. man in motion, hands off to Parker. Oh, they're going to clothesline him at the 45-yard line. He'll fall for maybe a yard. Some big guy grabbed him around the neck and has slung him down.
Yeah, it's number 99, Dontarius Marbury. That's the guy we talk about at 275. But even though he grabbed him, Barry, what I love is that Colin Parker is not going to give up. He took 165 pounds, and he was still able to fall forward and gain a yard.
Second down and 9. Aggies driving 46-yard line. Under 8 to go in the half. Down 25-14. Two backs out of the eye behind C.J. under center. Hands off. That's G-Man. Somebody, like he's at the rodeo, he just jumped on and tried to bring him down. And he does after a gain of about 2.
Yeah, that was number 28, Braylon Caldwell, defensive back. He just came up, like you said, Barry. He wasn't worried about staying on the ground in the corner. He jumped up on him like Spider-Man and just whooped him down to the ground.
I think I heard a yee-haw as he jumped on. Third down and 7 from the 48-yard line. Big third down call. 2 men right side. C.J. up the middle. The G-man fighting 49-48. C.J. telling the coach, I was going to take the handoff, I think, Coach. He just took it from me. And he comes up to about 4 yards short of the first. Fourth down at about 3 yards.
Yeah, G-Man able to get about 3 yards on that play to make it a manageable fourth down. Let's see. Coach Weingarten has made some riverboat gambler-type plays tonight, and looks like Coach Weingarten going to keep his offense on the field, Barry, and why not? He just stop them from getting the end zone.
Yeah, that's some clock run. Under 7 to go in the first half. We're on their 48-yard line. Got to pick up about 3 yards. 4th and 3. C.J. turns, hands off to Nope. Going to take the handoff. He's going to option off. First down, 45-40, 35. First down inside the 35-yard line. That was close to a late hit out of bounds.
Great job there on the option on 4th down. He's been handing off. This time he pulls it, comes down the line of scrimmage, and then is able to find a gap, gets north and south, and when he gets north and south, able to get a big chunk of yardage. Barry, we may have a penalty flag back here on the ground, and you've got the defensive tackle and Christian Ramirez they weren't swapping Christmas card addresses. Personal foul on Sparkman. They're going to get the personal foul. So not only are we going to get the first down from C.J., but we're going to tack on 15 more yards.
So they're going to mark it off. You know, the last couple of drives, Chris, offenses look good.
Oh, absolutely. They're tearing it up right now, guys. Passing-wise, dude, we are on fire.
Yeah.
We are on fire right now. 4 of 6 for 102 yards through the air.
I'll throw more on first and second. We're catching them sleeping right now.
Yep.
Barry, can you imagine if we're able to put this one in the end zone with the extra point? As bad as Sparkman's rolled us out the last few years, we would only be down by 4 after going down early in this game by 15.
Big call. C.J. under center. Hand off to G-Man over the 15 to the 10. They're going to drag bodies to the 11-yard line. This may be the last play before a heat timeout. Let's see. It's going to be second down and 5. I think the Sparkman D-line, as big as they are, they're getting tired.
I think they are, too, and I think that you got Bray Patterson, Christian Ramirez, Kellen Hampton, Colton Battles, and Maddox Beck. As you said, Barry, I think they're a little bit lighter, and I know that you talk about just running and getting in shape. I think that they may be taking over the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 on the Sparkman 11-yard line, and a whistle. Flag. Did the Aggies move? Oh, man, surely not. We didn't
even snap the ball.
No, CJ did something. I don't know. He may have jumped or did something. Anyway, long story short, he turns around to Coach Weingarten, pats himself on the chest, and he's like, Coach, that's my fault.
Yeah,
guys, that's growing up in front of you.
Yeah, but I can't fit. What did he do?
I don't know.
I don't even think our linemen had their hand on the ground yet, did they?
They back it up 5, so it's second and 10 on the 16-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the half, under 6. C.J. man in motion. That Sweat gives it to G-Man over the 15 to the 10 to the 9 to the 8. That is close to a first down. A gain of about 7. Now it's going to be third down and short.
Keith Bray Patterson and Christian Ramirez and Kellen Hampton. When he ends up handing that underneath handoff on that option look, that left side of that Albertville Aggie offensive line, they are wearing out the Sparkman defenders.
We have a heat timeout. Let's take a heat timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Aggies are driving 4.5 to go in the half, down by 11. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout. Little red Corvette. Was your dad selling you those, Keith, from time to time?
Back in the day when he was selling used cars, he did.
There you
he didn't
go.
sell me one of them, but he sold a lot of them.
Well, John, the offensive line for Albertville, they've really come alive here in the last quarter, I'd say.
And we talk about how big the other offensive line and defensive line is, but 235, 275, 285, 200, and 215 across the front with Patterson, Ramirez, Hampton, Robinson, Colton Battles, and Beck. They are taking it to Sparkman.
3rd and 2. Hands off to G-Man. He's going to be hit. He's fighting. He's being pushed. It's going to be close, maybe short. It all depends on the spot. I think he needs about a yard. Let's see if they're going to give him that yard. I don't think so. It's going to be 4th and 1. The ball is on the Sparkman 7-yard line.
I think you got to go for it, guys.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
Your defense is playing well. You would have them pinned in the shadow of your own goalpost. So many things can go wrong. But right now, the offensive line trying to take over this football game.
They're looking for G-Man. I'll let him block and give it to Parker. Here we go. 4th down and 1 from about the 7, and a timeout. Is Sparkman going to call one?
Yeah.
Albertville.
Now, I believe Coach Watson across the way when Albertville has been lining up in a different kinds of formation. This time, CJ was going under center in an I formation. Kind of confused Sparkman's defense a little bit, and Coach Watson across the way wanted to talk about it.
Okay, we need 1 yard. The ball is on the 7, and we need a yard. My thought was let G-Man block and hand it to Parker behind him because they're going to be looking for G-Man to get the ball, I would think. He's 4th down in the yard. And how big is this drive? You're down 25-14. If you can punch it in here and make it 25-22, we get the kick to begin the second half.
Absolutely, and yeah, I agree with you, Barry. Just give it to Pakal and let G-Man block for him.
Yeah.
That should get you a yard.
Or even put Kirkland in and let G-Man block for Kirkland because you got 2 of the strongest guys on the team in the backfield.
Yeah.
Or you think they're going to play a little bit, maybe take a little gamble and maybe fake a handoff or maybe option CJ off around the corner?
Guys, first thing I would do is, as whatever we're going to run right here, I'd tag freeze on the front of it. I try to get them to jump, get a free first down right here, and then run a play. They're going to be keying on G-Man. Yeah. I think CJ might pull this thing and run it himself.
Here we go, 4th and 1 from the 7-yard line. You got to have 1 yard. CJ under center. Quarterback keeper. He's being pushed. What if we're giving him a great spot?
Yeah, I don't think he made
the
it,
one
guys.
On this side, they had to get to the 6. They're showing about the 5. One official's giving him a great spot.
Yeah, it's close.
Let's see what it's going to be. It is close. I think he's got it. Because they gave him a fantastic spot on the play.
Yeah, he's got it, guys. He's got it.
They're going to give us the signal, guys. Go on.
He's going to let him measure.
They're going to bring in the chain gang. We haven't seen them that much this year.
Yeah, they need to get their practicing, guys. They can come over here.
Exactly.
From where I'm standing right on the line, line up with the ball.
One safety over there holding his pole.
You think it's half the football?
Yeah, I think he's got it by half a football.
Hey, the reason why I said I thought he was short, great job by the Sparkman defensive line of submarining underneath. And they did grab a hold of C.J. Zuniga's leg, but I think at the last minute, Keith, he was able to hold that ball out. Yes, sir.
Was it the old push that they tried to outlaw at NFL this year?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily the push as much as it was C.J. knew that he had to get the ball to the 5-yard line. And Keith, you're down there at field level. Looks like he just reached out while he was on top of the pile before they blew it dead. Great spot.
Well, he also had a G-Wagon and Colin Parker hitting him in the back. So it was either get that first down or you're going to be wearing some bruises.
1st and goal from the 5.5. C.J. hand up to G-Man. 4, 3, 2, wrapped up about the 2-yard line. Give him 3. Second to go now from the 2-yard line with 4:26 to go in the half.
Guys, this drive started at Albertville's 29-yard line. This is the 13th play of the drive. Barry, you cannot tell me that this offensive line is not wearing on that defensive front right now. That's Kellen Hampton. We got to have him. That's your center. He gets up a little gingerly.
I like the fact they're using a lot of clock, too. So if we score, which we hopefully will, Sparkman won't have as much time on the clock. There's 4 minutes to go. Aggies down 25-14.
We're going to have to call timeout right here.
Yeah, I think we're going to burn one and talk it over. That's a good timeout, too. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 3:55 to go on the half. Aggies knocking on the door, down by 11. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Wilson's Barbecue in Albertville. The little store with big barbecue. Invite you to come enjoy delicious barbecue before going to the big game. Check out one of their many specials like barbecue salad, barbecue sandwiches, plates, ribs, and chicken. All meat served by Wilson's Barbecue is fresh, never frozen, cooked and pulled daily. Wilson's is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call in your order at 256-878-5213.
We got to the timeout. That's a good timeout. We got plenty of timeouts. 3:55 to go in the half. We're on the 2-yard line. Second down. You got 3 tries to get in, John. What do you use on the first try?
Now, I just think you give it to G-Man. I mean, he was over here on the sideline. Great timeout. The play clock was ticking down, Barry. Plus, you didn't have Hugh Gensley in there. You were giving him a breath. G-Man now on the field after that timeout. I think you just give it to G-Man and go north and south with it.
Here we go. Second to go from the 2-yard line. G-Man standing beside CJ. Man in motion. Heads of G-Man. They're going to be waiting for him, but he's fighting. He's fighting. He got back to the line of scrimmage. They were waiting on that play. They knew he was going to get it, and they stopped him for no gain.
Keith, looks like that time. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but the Sparkman defensive front and linebackers, they won the line of scrimmage and were in the backfield waiting on G-Man when he got there.
Well, and you line up in the shotgun right there, so you're giving them 4 yards. I think you line up under center and just pound them with it, man. We're picking up a yard and a half, 2 yards every time we do that.
I think we're going to go around the side. Parker checks in behind G-Man. Second down, make it third down and goal. They get G-Man. Touchdown, Albertville. They take the handoff to G-Man. He picks it back to Parker around the corner. Touchdown.
When everybody knows that the G-Man is the power back, and you put that in there, and CJ does a great job of selling that as the quarterback, pitches it out to Parker, and nobody touches him until he's into the end zone. Great offensive play call.
Hey, guys, CJ ran that to perfection. He made that linebacker commit, and I was standing 6 yards from him. What a pitch. He made it run right there. What a great play by that young man.
I think you got to go for 2 to cut it to a 3-point game, and they are going to go for 2. Parker beside CJ. CJ rolls right side, looks, throws to the end zone. He is there, but it's incomplete, so no good. But the Aggies score. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 3:18 to go in the half. 25-20. Sparkman, you're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cool water to dive into, a warm gymnasium. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way for a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game, every practice, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable service at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep your lights on and the community strong, now and for generations to come.
That ain't a bad idea.
Aggies score, 2-point try, no good. Here's your Gilbert and ball forward in Albertville scoring drive.
Yeah, after Sparkman was able to score on a field goal, the Aggies started their own 29-yard line. 14 plays and 71 yards later, Parker goes in from 2 yards out. The extra point no good, but the Aggies clawing and staying in this game. Sparkman leads 25-20.
Got to do a better job on special teams this time. They've had good field position each time we've kicked it to them. Here's a kick, high kick, and a whistle.
Offsides.
Yeah.
So we were
going to have to back it up.
5 yards. Plenty of time. Parkman has 2 timeouts, 3:18 to go. The only good thing is they're not as effective when they throw it long. The short passes, yeah. When they throw it deep, quarterback, he's not very accurate.
No, I mean, I was never a quarterback ever in my life, but it looks like me throwing the football in the backyard if somebody's going deep. But, Barry, to Keith's point a few moments ago, it is their running game. He's better on the short passes, but a great job. Here's the thing, Keith, and your downfield level, and the guys up here in the box, I think our linebacking core is doing a great job of any of those short intermediate routes that they're just not letting him have that pass, and therefore he's got to go deep, and when he does, he just flutters them.
Here we go. I kick it to the sideline. Yes. There's nobody over there. Here's the kick. John's high kick right down the middle. Here comes a return from the 25 to the 30. He's got a hole, 35-40. There he goes. Midfield again 40, 35-30 to the 28. We could not stop them. There's a flag back at midfield, hopefully against Sparkman, but every time their special teams are killing us.
And once again, just finding those lanes, and those athletes are hitting those lanes. But I believe we have an illegal block in the back, Barry, against Sparkman. That's going to save Albertville this time.
That's a lifesaver there. And Chris, they're kicking it. Sparkman puts six men roughly within 10 yards away from each other down the middle.
Yeah, and you can tell Coach Weingarten saying, we got a whole side of the field over here to the left. We need to kick it over there.
Kick it to the sideline.
Yeah.
Coach Weingarten found Philip John there, Keith, at about between the hashes and the numbers, and he and him, they just had a nice, lovely stroll over here to the sideline.
Hey, Chris nailed it coming out of halftime. Kick the thing out of bounds,
exactly. Man. Yeah. At least the penalty will move it back to the Sparkman 39-yard line. They were going to start inside our 40. First down, Nayland hands off, up the middle, bottled up, spun down, thrown down, 40-yard line, a gain of a yard on the bottom of the pile. There's Froelich again. He's having a good first half.
Froelich is having a great first half, bringing all 5'11", 185 pounds of that frame to the party. Stops him after about a half a yard gain.
Second down and 9, clock running, 2:45 to go on the half. Sparkman up 25-20 with the ball after the Aggies scored just moments ago. Nayland turns, hands off, up the middle again. Not much there. 42, 43-yard line, a gain of a couple. Froelich is there. One of the Aggies on the bottom of the pile. Is that Ramirez? I don't think it's Christian. He's a little slow getting up. That's big number 65. That's Peyton Hall. Looks like he's going to come off for a play.
Yeah, it looks like Peyton's dragging an arm coming off the field, too.
Quarterback again. Aggies were not paying attention. They were watching. Hall was not off the field yet. They were looking at him to see if he was off the field. And the quarterback, the officials should have stopped that play because Hall was a little shaken up trying to get off the field. And they let Sparkman go ahead and snap it.
Well, Sparkman came up to the line, and the quarterback did a hard count. And when he did, our defense, once again, eager to want to stop that play, jumps into the neutral zone. And, Barry, what was a third down and 7 or 8 now becomes, I guess, what you call the third and a long 2.
Third down and 2. Clock running under 2 minutes to go in the half. Got to hold him. We get the ball to begin the second half. We're down by 5. From the 47, Sparkman Nayland hands off up the middle. He breaks free. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, all the way to the 24-yard line. That was big number 8. That was Lawson again. And a touchdown saving tackle by Dez. It's going to be first down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, if Dez doesn't have the speed that Dez has, that's a touchdown, Barry. He comes all the way across the field to get Lawson and rip him down at about the 24.
Got to keep him out of the end zone. 24-yard line. They move the chains. 1:31 to go on the half. They're on our 24-yard line. They're in field goal range almost. And the Aggies will call a timeout.
Guys, one thing they're doing right there, I know the last 2 running plays where they've got pretty big yards, is they're running GT. So they're pulling the guard and the tackle, but the quarterback's reading the backside too. We've done that in the past. We used to do that with Pankey. I can't think of what his first name was. Isaiah Pankey. And Tyler Collins. We would do that a lot with those 2 guys. So the guard and the tackle are pulling, and they're doing a really good job of the center and the backside, or the front side guys getting to the inside linebacker. They're getting to that second level and getting a hat on that linebacker. He's having a hard time getting off that block.
Ball's on the 24-yard line. This is a big drive. If they can punch it in here, momentum goes right back over to their side. If we can hold them out of the end zone, we get the ball to begin the second half down by 5. At the worst, if we can give them just a field goal, you're still a one-possession game down by 8. Okay, coming out of the timeout on our 24-yard line, 1:26 to go here in the half. Nayland pulls.
No.
There's movement again, but did Sparkman jump this time?
Yeah, they've got to get Sparkman big tackle moved. Yes, sir.
Finally.
I'm telling you guys, the Marshall County Sheriff, they piled it up tonight.
Another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag.
If they wave the flag off, do we say that they got parole? Just asking.
So they back it up 5, back to the 29-yard line, first down and 15. Nayland out of the gun. 1:26 to go in the half. Nayland drops back. Pressure's coming. Looks. Throws to the middle. Got a man. Dropped it at the goal line. It went through one of the Aggie defenders. The receiver had it and dropped it.
Looks like that was number 19, Tay Prater, undercut the route. Barry, I thought he was going to be able to pull off the interception at about the 2-yard line. He wasn't, but Keith, I think because he undercut the route and he kind of got his hands up that the receiver lost sight of the ball for just a second, and that's what caused the incomplete pass.
You nailed it, and I think if he times that jump a little bit better, he probably catches that ball. But he's playing some safety tonight, and Jude Fan is actually not playing in this game, so he's having to play out of position.
We need an interception. Nayland, quick drop, throws left side, got his man, 30-yard line, gets rid of one man to the 25, fighting to the 23, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and +1. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Boy, great job there. Number 10, you got Rich Revolte coming down the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get it out to their athletes, use that speed, very elusive. He made the first 2 defenders miss, but then Revolte able to come down the line of scrimmage and make that great tackle.
51 seconds, 3rd down and 9 on our 24-yard line. Nayland drops. Pressure's coming. Being chased. Gets away from one man. Rolling to his right. Throws to the end zone. Got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Sparkman.
And, guys, that is what Keith said, the elusiveness, the athleticism of the quarterback. He's got pressure in the pocket. He rolls out here to the near boundary, able to outrun 2 defenders, loft one from about the 32-yard line. Little bit of hand checking going on, but nothing egregious. A space distance there for the Sparkman wide receiver, and he catches it right in front of you, Keith.
Wow.
You're talking about a big-time play. Quarterback did his job down here. I do think that there was a little bit of a push-off, and our defensive back lost his footing. They were able to catch the ball. That one hurts going into halftime, boys.
Now for the point after, 35.6 to go in the half. 11-point game. Finally, the snap down. It's up, and it is good. We'll take a timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 35 seconds to go here in the half. They add 7 more. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Aggie Football here on Power 105.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major is striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
And Aggies hit a hole out of the end zone. They could not. Touchdown, Sparkman. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, Sparkman starts their own 39-yard line. 5 plays, 61 yards later. Williams to Coates on a 24-yard touchdown strike. Extra point up and good. Is Sparkman able to strike some late blood here in this first half? 32-20.
Man, that hurt. Aggies at least get the ball to begin the second half. Now waiting on the kick. 52 points here in 1.5. High kick. Returnable. Dez comes up on the run. Got it. 30. Avoids one man. 35. 40. 45. Midfield. Over midfield to the 48. Late flag coming in. That could be close to a face mask. One of them hit him helmet to helmet. But then again, let's see. It may, if that's against Sparkman, the Aggies do have a chance here with 28 seconds to go in the half.
That's exactly what they call, Barry. Personal foul face mask on Sparkman.
Wow, that was a great job. I thought that ball was going to land in that dead zone again, Barry, but Dan's able to come up, snatch it literally before it's able to hit the turf. He gets north and south with that speed, and then as he crosses midfield, a Sparkman Senator grabs him around the face mask. Personal foul, tacks on 15 yards. And, Barry, you got one timeout, 28 seconds. That's a lot of playbook open right now for Coach Weingarten.
We have a lot of speed. Brad Sweat's already burnt the secondary twice. You got time, 28 seconds. We're on their 31-yard line. Out of the gun, CJ drops back. looks, right side, throws it back left side. Oh, that was almost a pick six. Parker went up. Luckily, the defender jumped too soon, off his fingertips, out of bounds.
Keith, they were running a wheel route out the back door, but the safety that we've talked about all night long saw that, and you could tell he's watched that on film. That if that is a pick, he is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he catches that one, guys, we're in trouble. He's going to take that one all the way back to the house. I think we'll just try to find one-on-one situations and try to beat them downfield.
They're keying on Sweat now. I'd look for Kobe Watson maybe, wide left. CJ back to pass. Looks, throws left side. Sweat pushing and shoving. No flag. They're going to say they were both doing it, I guess. Guilty. Incomplete, third down.
Yeah, Keith, that was down there in front of you. I think that's just two ball. I mean, the defender's got his head looking back at the ball. The wide receiver, they're letting him jostle a little bit. I don't think that's pass interference.
No, well, the only thing I would say is the defender kind of bodied him out of bounds, okay? He kind of worked him by him. But that's what you're taught to do. Could it have been called? Yeah, but that's kind of how you teach it. And he got his head around, so it didn't look like a pass interference.
All right, 18 seconds, third down and 10. Sitting on the Sparkman 31, CJ low snap, drops back. Looks for Parker, looks left, nobody's open. CJ going to run with it, 25 to the 21 out of bounds. That is close to a first, but it's short. There's still 10.3, but I believe it's fourth and short. He had to get out of bounds at 4th and 2. Well, you got to go for it. You can get a first down and have time for one more play, but you got to throw a quick, short pass play out of bounds.
Well, and if they do get the first down, the clock will stop. But Weingarten's still with a timeout in his back pocket, so still the entire playbook opening. You just got to tell CJ you can't hold on to the ball long because we only got 10 seconds to go.
Just a short pass play out of bounds. Parker Gibson wide left to give the G-man up the middle. First down, 19-18. Clock never started. Now it does. They're going to have to take some time off because it never started. There's less than 9.1, but the Aggies burn a timeout. Time for one play before the half.
Coach Watson across the way, Keith, he's arguing Barry's point right now that it never started.
Yeah, they got to take a couple of seconds off. Aggies use their last timeout, but the ball is on the 20, make it 16-yard line. So what do? You got probably one shot in the end zone. They're going to take some time off. Yeah, he's talking to the official. And the clock never started. There should be at least maybe 2-3 seconds off of that clock.
Keith, I think if they run it down to about 8 seconds or 7 seconds, I think you really got to do this.
Yeah.
You've got to take a shot. If you're going to take a shot, kind of one of those, I guess, a fade to the end zone, but make sure that only your guy can catch it. And if it falls out of bounds, you've got to leave yourself enough time that you can get Phillip John out there to be able to attempt a field goal.
I think that's what they were setting up for. You ran the dive, you get in the middle of the field, pretty much you're on a hash a little bit. So take your shot, but like you said, this shot has got to be through the back of the end zone. You can't throw it short.
Here we go. First down, 9.1 to go. They didn't take it in the middle of the clock. The coach is still arguing that's too much time on the clock, but they're not going to change it. So maybe 2 plays at the most. We're on the Sparkman 16-yard line. It's 32-20. Sparkman Aggies with a chance. Out of timeouts. CJ drops back, looks, pressure's coming, throws it out of bounds. Had to get rid of it with 3.9. There was nobody open. Good job by the secondary for Sparkman.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you wanted to do. You were trying to tell CJ he's got to get that ball out of his hands quickly. You've got to find a wide receiver. If it's not there, get it out of bounds with 3.9. And is he going to let, and in comes Phillip John to attempt a field goal. And I think he's going to try to cut this lead by down to about 9.
The T is on the 23, about a 33-yard attempt. CJ will hold from the left hash mark. So it's going to be a 33-yard field goal attempt with 3.9, probably the last play of the half. The snap, the kick, it is wobbly, wide left into the band, and it is no good. So we'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. At the half, Sparkman leads 32-20. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones & Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank. Local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
Undefeated savings this week at Foodland Plus in Albertville. Prairie Fish Bone-In Assorted Pork Chops Family Pack, $1.99 a pound. Preferred Angus Beef New York Strip Steak, Family Pack, $9.99 a pound. 5-pound Idaho Red or Gold Potatoes, $2.99 each. Michigan Apples, 3-pound bag, New Crop Gala, Ginger Gold, or Macintosh, $2.99 each. Banquet Mega Bowls, 13 to 14 ounce, selected varieties, 2 for $6. Van Camp's Beanie Weenies, 7 ounce, 4 for $5 at Foodland Plus in Albertville.
This is Billy Ann with Howard Bentley Buick GMC. We want to wish the Albertville Aggies good luck this year. Whether you are on the field or performing at halftime, we are cheering for you. Check us out for all of your vehicle needs. From sales to service, we have you covered. And remember, it's always worth the drive to Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Go Aggies!
This is Dustin Hornbuckle, your local Alpha agent. Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, it's always a good call to call the Hornbuckle Agency at 256-744-7233 or stop by our office at 10675 U.S. Highway 431.
As part of our community focus, Citizens Bank and Trust is especially proud of our school branch program. The Aggie branch at Albertville High School is a real bank office where students and school employees can cash checks and make deposits. The Aggie branch is operated by students who get real-world experience plus classroom education about finance and economics. It's another big way we show we're of the community, not just in it. Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Albertville. What a first half. 52 points scored in the half. Not just for one team this time. 32-20 Sparkman leads. Aggies had a chance to add a field goal there at the end and cut the lead, but they will get the ball to begin the second half. We'll have the Aggie band coming up in just a moment. A lot of scoring in the first half. Sparkman jumped out quickly. 21-yard touchdown pass to Reynolds. 10:28 to go in the first quarter. They tried for 2. It was good. They quickly went up 8-0. The Aggies took the next kick, 3 plays, and had to punt. Sparkman took over, 9-yard touchdown run with 7:54 to go in the first. The extra point was good. It was 15-0. Then the Aggies came back. Brant Sweat, 22-yard touchdown catch with 5:10 to go in the first. Went for 2. It was good. Cut the lead to 15-8. But here comes Sparkman. Next drive down the field. Lawson from 1 yard out goes in. Extra point made it 22-8 with 1:49 to go in the first. Here come the Aggies right back. Touchdown pass again to Sweat. 47-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was no good. They went for 2. Made it 22-14 with 18 seconds to go in the quarter. And then Sparkman comes back with a field goal. They went up 25-14, a 19-yard field goal with 10:24 to go in the second quarter. Then the Aggies came back. Touchdown run by Colin Parker, 3:18 to go in the half. They went for two, no good. Made it 25-20. And then the final points, 35 seconds to go in the half, 24-yard touchdown pass. Extra point good. Sparkman goes up 32-20, and that's where we stand right now. Aggies get the ball to begin the second half. Let's take another timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Halftime, Sparkman leads 32-20. You're listening to Aggie Football here on Power 107.5. Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Goodnight pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
Since 1986, BG's Restaurant on Baltimore Avenue has provided fast, friendly service, specializing in fresh chicken tenders, french fries, coleslaw, old-fashioned hamburgers, milkshakes, made-from-scratch breakfast biscuits, ham, sausage, and bacon, and they have pancakes. BG's features daily specials and always 3 small hamburgers for one low price. Come in or call ahead, 256-878-9294. BG's Restaurant, 1105 Baltimore Avenue in Albertville.
A tradition of excellence and state-of-the-art technology. That's what you get at H&H Printing. They're your source for promotional products, digital offset printing, and wide format printing, including banners, signs, posters, blueprints, and more. Voted best print shop in the Reporter Readers Poll. H&H Printing has been serving Marshall County and surrounding areas for 46 years. Located on Highway 431 in Albertville. Call Keith Holbrooks at 256-878-8829. H&H Printing, a proud supporter of the Albertville Aggies.
Hello, my friends. Terry Mason here for Albertville Discount Tire. Highway 75 in Albertville. You know, next to the railroad track. Albertville Discount Tires, where we sell quality tires at a low wholesale price. Minor repairs, front-end alignments, lift kits for your trucks. We got it all at Albertville Discount Tire here in downtown Albertville. Look, here at Albertville Discount Tire, Daniel knows we can't get everyone's business, but he sure does want yours. Albertville Discount Tire. 256-891-6000.
Marshall County Gas District reminds you to call before you dig. Call 811. Know where you can dig. Utility lines and pipes could be buried anywhere on your property. Whether you hire a contractor or do the work yourself, always contact the Marshall County Gas District before you dig. Call to prevent outages, property damage, and even serious injury. Call 811. Dig safe. It's smart, it's free, and it's the law. A safety message from the Marshall County Gas District.
Is your pup looking a little rough? Bring them to the Groom Room, Albertville's go-to spot for happy, clean, and pampered pets. We welcome all breeds with a special touch for those lovable doodles. From baths to full grooms, your furry friend is in expert hands. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 3. And yes, walk-ins are welcome. Mention this radio ad and get 10% off your first visit. 903 East Main Street, Albertville. Call us at 256-878-1656. That's the Groom Room, where tails wag and fluff shines.
When it comes to your home comfort, you need a team you can trust. At One Team Heating and Cooling, we are here for all your heating and cooling needs. Whether it's repair, installation, or maintenance, we offer the latest in air purification, the new Calgon Air Purifier. This state-of-the-art system works to clean the air in your home by eliminating dust, smoke, odors, and even viruses and bacteria to live and breathe comfortably. Call Don Abbott at One Team today at 256-660-0950.
Looking for a taste of the South right here in Albertville? Look no further than Papa Doobie's. Conveniently located at 9510 Highway 431. Open Tuesday through Saturday, Papa Doobie's serves up mouth-watering jambalaya, juicy steaks, fresh seafood, and comforting pasta dishes that'll leave your taste buds dancing. And don't forget about Little Doobie's, our charming on-site event center. Planning a holiday party? Book now before spots fill up. Call 256-894-7878. Papa Doobie's, where good food and great times come together.
And welcome back to Albertville Halftime. The Sparkman band with a shortened halftime show. Now we go down to the field for the Albertville High School Aggie Band. Albertville High School Aggie Band. Wow. Their full halftime show for the first time this season. Make a point to come out and check them out. They're going to be on the road with the team, of course, for the next couple of weeks. And then there's an off week, but they'll be performing at the Northeast Alabama Marching Invitational Band Festival coming up in a couple of weeks. It'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow with 20 other bands, along with Jacksonville State's band and UNA's band. So we'll be talking more about that as we get closer. Halftime, we'll take a quick timeout and come back with some details on the first half. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 32-20, Sparkman leads at the half. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Wilson's Barbecue in Albertville. The little store with big barbecue. Invite you to come enjoy delicious barbecue before going to the big game. Check out one of their many specials like barbecue salad, barbecue sandwiches, plates, ribs, and chicken. All meat served by Wilson's Barbecue is fresh, never frozen, cooked and pulled daily. Wilson's is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call in your order at 256-878-5213.
Welcome back at halftime. How about this 12-point game, 32-20, 52 points. And for once, finally, one of these region games, it was not all 52 by the other team.
Exactly. I think this is the most points we've scored in a half in a while.
How about the offense? Defense, we had trouble on special teams, giving them a good field position the entire first half. But our offense played great.
Yeah, offensively, passing yards is what's getting it done right now. 25 rushes, 72 yards on the ground. 4 of 10, 102 yards passing, 174 yards of offense for the Aggies. Brant Sweat right now, guys, 4 receptions, 102 yards. He is on fire tonight, receiving-wise. Rushing-wise, it's spread out a little bit. G-Man, 10 carries, 30 yards. Colin Parker, 9 carries, 26 yards.
Let's go to the sideline, Keith, with Gilbert and Baldford and Albertville sideline update. You know, this game, the passing game is what's working, and the running game is really not there right now, is it?
Yeah, passing game looks really good. CJ's looked good. I think the guys really came out and played a really good first half. We kind of been slow starters the last couple of weeks. They came out, fired up tonight, got after it. The running game, it hasn't been great, and I think we're going to struggle to run the ball outside because they're so fast. But we've got to run it a little bit to keep them honest, pound it. I love what they were doing with G-Man right there before half. Hey, if it's 2 yards, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, go get it, okay? Go be physical, hit them in the mouth, wear them down a little bit. But I want to see CJ take the top off this defense a couple of more times. I think we've got mismatches everywhere with our receivers and their secondary except for number 9. Stay away from him, but I think we can beat them downfield in all the other spots, and look for us to do that in the second half.
But, John, their receivers are beating us downfield right now, and that's been our biggest problem.
It has been, and listen, we all knew coming into this game that Sparkman had speed. They had the speed advantage, and they had the size advantage. But right now, guys, I would put the Albertville heart advantage over all of those other tangible things that are going on right now, because it is the heart of the Albertville Aggies and the spirit of the Albertville Aggies. They will not quit. They will not die. Sparkman, I think they came in here, and Barry, when they went up 15-0, I think they thought they were going to cruise on out of here, and I think that maybe the sentiment up here in the press box as well when we went after their second touchdown was like, wow, this is a team that yes, they're 0-3, but they played some really good. Well, tonight they're playing a really good opponent too, and the Aggies are doing a great job, only being down by 12 right now. The biggest thing that we've got to do is, coming out of this halftime locker room, we've got to take this initial drive and we've got to set the tone. And because Sparkman's going to want to come out of their halftime locker room, and you know what their coaches are telling them, Barry. We're 0-3. Yeah. This is Albertville. We beat them however bad we beat them last year. And what are you guys doing? You guys are out there getting penalties, and you're goofing off, and you're doing stuff. We had a 15-point lead, and now they've made that a game. Okay, so here's the thing. If you want that doubt to continue to creep in the mind of the Sparkman Senators, then the Aggies need to take a drive right out of the halftime locker room, put that ball into the end zone. And I love the fact that Coach Weingarten himself got Phillip John here along the near side, because you know as well as I do, every time that we've kicked off and we've had special teams, that's been the problem. Coach Weingarten giving one-on-one coaching instruction to his kicker on what he expects right now, and also that kickoff coverage team, because that's where we've been giving Sparkman big chunks of yards.
They were still working with him. They said, Phillip, I don't know in your country, left means over there. It does not mean kick it down the middle. And that's what he's doing. He's right down the middle, and they're ready for it to go to the left, and that's not where he's putting it.
Keith, in what he used to do in Germany, they're supposed to kick it down the middle of the field and try to score a goal. Right now, like we're kicking it to a person.
Yeah. So here we get now updating the two injured players. We really have no update. We know that the one injured player was taken to the hospital with a leg injury, and the second player did not have to leave the field. Not sure that he's back out there. Don't know if he was knocked out. I have no idea what happened to the second player, but we do know that the first player was taken to the hospital. That's why we're just now beginning the third quarter. Here we are at 9 o'clock. Some games are wrapping up, and you may want to check a score. I was told halftime Geraldine's leading 28-0 over Sylvania, so we'll check on that. We're set to go. Second half, 32-20, Sparkman on top, big region game. Both teams 0-3, both teams 0-1 in the region. High kick, short kick. Dez is there. Dez, the return, 20, 25. He's going to try the middle, 30, 35. Got some room, 40 spins, 45. Drops the ball, picks it up, 49. Just like he practices it. The old ball drop and pick it up and run to the 48 is where we'll start.
Keith, was that? I heard a gasp in the background. It was either you or Jink that came. The ball just came out of there.
Chris's water broke.
I almost swallowed his microphone, okay? So how did that oblong ball bounce straight back up in his arms?
Hey, you know how we talked about it was about time that we got a break?
Finally.
Maybe the gods of football, because like you said, that ball just squirted out. Nobody hit him, and the ball hit the ground and came right back up to Dez.
On their 48-yard line, first down, CJ out of the gun, Sweat in motion, hands off to Parker at the middle. He's got some room. That ball almost was pulled loose. I think it might have come loose, but he's able to hold on. Somebody stripped it as he went by, but he's going to be dropped a gain of about 4.
He may weigh 165 pounds, but they say that Colin Parker, the senior, is solid in the weight room, Barry. I think you can see that he is solid in the weight room because, like you said, the defensive lineman got his paw on his arm and the ball as he was coming through the hole, but Parker able to hold on to it as it was getting ripped away and come away with a good 4-yard gain.
Second down and 6, just past midfield on the Sparkman 48. Aggies opening drive of the second half, down 32-20. Sweat in motion to give again. No, he's going to keep it. CJ option, pitch back to Sweat. He's got room, 40, 35 to the 32, and a good downfield block. I believe that was, who was leading that? Was that Parker Gibson? First down, Albertville.
Keith right there, CJ Zuniga holding on to the ball, holding on to the ball, holding on to the ball. Going to make the guy play him honest. And at the last second, a great pitch to his pitch man out there in green grass in front of him.
And he does a good job making that outside linebacker commit. Make him commit to him. He's been doing a really good job on the pitch also, John.
First down, Sparkman 32-yard line. Aggies are driving. CJ hands up to Parker up the middle, 31-yard line, going down at the 31. Short gain, nothing that time on the right side. Colin Parker picks up a yard.
Yeah, that time the Sparkman defensive line able to stalemate the offensive line. Nowhere for Parker to go. Tried to bounce it to the outside, Barry, and it looks like after they get through with that mass of humanity, Parker did bounce it a little and looks like he was able to pick up a yard on the play.
Second down and 9, 31-yard line using clock. 10:15 to go, third quarter. Aggies down by 12 with the ball, driving, opening possession. A lot of time in the huddle on this one. They break with 10 seconds before the snap. Got to hurry. Kobe Watson wide left side. Sweat. George and Aggies have to burn the timeout.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what happens. Usually they're calling some kind of play that they weren't expecting.
Yeah, and right now, CJ, Coach Weingarten's yelling at CJ. Looks like CJ is, you know how like when you're in front of the judge and you're pleading your case, Keith? I think he's pleading his case right now.
Yeah, he is. They're having a conversation down there. Not a bad timeout because we're confused, but, man, I tell you, it'd be nice to get to a tight ball game in the fourth quarter and have all three of them.
Does that usually mean the next play is going to be something we haven't seen yet? Maybe something that they put into practice this week? Because there's a lot of confusion in the huddle.
Well, I think on second down, I mean, you got to think about this. you don't want to be too overly conservative because you still got 9 yards to get. You want to have something in your back pocket. Think about 6, 7, 8 yards to make it a manageable third down. And it could have been because, think about it right now, guys. After a great kickoff turn, C.J. Zuniga with that great pitch out there, the offense coming out of the halftime locker room looking like they did in the first half. And you don't want to squander this field position at the Sparkman 31-yard line. And Coach Weingarten saw that his offense was a little discombobulated, took a timeout, calms everybody down, and now you get the right play involved.
Hate to use a timeout there, Chris, but this is a huge drive to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, and I look, guys, that play that they just, this play right here, totally different what they called before.
Second down and 9 from the Sparkman 31-yard line. In the backfield, Parker, the give to Parker is going to hit a hole to the 29, 28, 27. Nice job of the Aggie offensive line, left side to the 27. A gain of about 4, so now it's third and manageable, about 5 yards.
Yeah, you talked about the left side of that offensive line. Brave Patterson, Christian Ramirez, Kellen Hammond. We have called their name all night tonight. And those guys coming out of the halftime locker room continuing to do what they have done since the kickoff of this football game. And that time, Colin Parker gains about 4 yards, Barry, makes it a manageable third down.
2-down territory. G-Man in the blocking back ahead of Parker. Third down, 5. The give to G-Man. They're going to wrap him up at the line of scrimmage. Nobody was fooled on that one. Wow.
Hey, he's fired up, isn't he?
Oh, you think his first tackle he's ever made. Fourth down and 5, or he got the drumstick.
We talked about the two interior defensive linemen of Sparkman weighing 265 and 330, both of them being about 6'3". And right there, G-Man met all 330 pounds of the defensive tackle, Keith, just nowhere to go.
You know, one thing that we haven't done out of that set, and I don't think we've done it all year, is throw the ball. A quick slant, something like that out of that might be effective later on.
Balls of a yard, 4th down and 6. Sparkman coming. CJ drops back. Has time. Throws. Tip.
He caught it.
Picked off. No, he made the catch. No, he made the catch, or did he not?
He did.
Yeah. But it's not enough for the first down, though. The ball was tipped up, and a nice job. Good concentration by Parker Gibson, but he falls about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, Parker Gibson here, inside slot receiver, Barry. Looks like he's running a sticks route. CJ gets the ball to him. Ball kind of gets tipped, gets into his hands, goes up in the air. Parker gets knocked down by the defender, and it just lands in his lap. So at least it wasn't an interception.
Yeah. The defense dropped back, and there was really nobody open downfield. CJ just had to force that one in where he threw it. And got lucky. But regardless, it's still not enough for the first. And Sparkman takes over on their 26-yard line. Quarterback turns, hands off, first man through. He's got a little bit of a hold. Fighting to the 29, 30-yard line. A gain of around 4 straight up the middle. The middle of the Aggie defense makes a tackle. It'll be second and long.
It's a great job there. Brought the wing back across the formation. Defense. Number 60's down.
Yeah. He tried to get up and walk off and just fell.
I think it's a cramp.
I hope so. I hope that is it, because he went down. So it's a 30-yard. This will be the third injury. Let's hope he's okay. We're hoping it's a cramp. But, man, the way he went down, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, because none of his buddies came over to help him. He's writhing in pain. Yeah. That right leg. His left leg is bent and bent in kind of a relaxing position, but his right leg, Keith, looks like they may have another leg injury.
Yeah.
I think somebody rolled up on him as he was in there blocking.
I didn't see anything. The way he kind of went down after he stood up for a second kind of makes you think cramp, but could be anything.
So it's going to be second down and 5. The ball is on the 31-yard line. Good to see him standing up. That's good. But he's in pain. He's in pain. And that's one of the big offensive linemen.
Looks like. Barry, that may be an ankle injury.
I think he got rolled up on because he's getting a little bit of help as he comes up. It's the left foot, ankle, knee area. So he's going to come off. One of the big linemen is going to come out for at least a play, if not more. And now he's walking off under his own power, so that's a good sign. Maybe just take some tape and get him back out there.
I think Barry, the way he's kind of stretching and walking funny makes me think that there was a cramp in the calf, because now he's not needing any assistance. So probably just a cramp.
All right.
That's a big boy. Give him a couple of hot dogs with mustard. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
All right, second and 5. Big drive for Sparkman. Aggies come out and moved the ball, but they had to. Well, they went for it on 4th down and they gave it up to Sparkman, so they come away empty on the opening drive. It's still a 12-point game Aggies trail. Sparkman quick drop. Nayland throws left side. Got his man. Trying to dance around. Gets a block. There he goes. 35 to the 40. Is there a flag? Yeah, there's a flag. That's going to be a hold. The receiver down there blocking for him. Grab and hold. So there's another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field.
Boy, and Coach Watson across the way just shaking his head. And I think the reason why he's shaking his head, Barry, I really don't think there was a reason for the wide receiver on the outside to hold, because the inside receiver, they just got the ball in his hands, as we talked about, getting the ball into their athletes' hands in space. He had already made the defender commit inside and was bouncing outside. I don't think there was really a reason to hold.
And that's a 20-yard play they just wiped off the books there, Chris.
Yeah, it's more like a body slam than it was a hold.
It was. So all said and done, it's about a 7-yard loss with a penalty from where the flag was. And now it's 2nd and 12. Back to the Sparkman 23-yard line. 8:09 to go to the third quarter. Aggies down by 12. Sparkman with the ball. 2nd down and long. Nayland turns, hands up the middle. He's got a hole. 30, 35. Finally, 40-yard line. First down all the way across to the Sparkman 40-yard line. First down.
I thought for a moment, guys, that we were going to get him in the backfield, but he was able to make. Did you see it was like a 90-yard, just like you hit the X button on PlayStation to get upfield for that big game.
Good turnover right here, guys.
44-yard line. First down. Low snap. Ball is loose. He picks it up. Back. Throws. Incomplete. That was a bad snap, and good job by the Aggie defense. Draven Hendricks almost had a sack. Quarterback just unloaded. Luckily at the feet of one of his receivers. Incomplete.
Keith, looked like that was a low snap, and that play was just kind of discombobulated from the get-go.
Yeah, low snap, and then the quarterback looked up early. But, man, I tell you, it's going to be hard to sack that guy. He's got some elite speed.
2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Clock stops, 7:45 remaining third quarter. Aggies almost come across again. I can't believe there wasn't a flag. Almost pulled us off again. 2nd and 10. Nayland still trying. Play clock at 9. The snap. Look. Throws it high. Got his man complete. Hit. Dives. Close to a first. A gain of 9. Good open field tackle again by Evan House. But it's going to be 3rd down and short.
Boy, you talk about a big-time catch by Zayden Bodner. He's going to either go to Cornell, and this week was given an opportunity to go to Cornell, coach in the Ivy League.
Nayland hands up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Caught him. They're driving backwards. Forward progress. One official is going to give him the first down. He was hit, and they knocked him backwards by about a yard, but I believe he got the progress enough for a first. Or will they have to measure? I think it's a first down.
Yeah, they're going ahead and moving it, and Sparkman quickly to the line.
Change aren't ready yet. Got a hold up there. So now we're ready. First down on the Aggie 46-yard line. 7:09 to go in the third. Sparkman on the move. Nayland drops back. Pressure's coming. Rolling to his right. Nayland being chased. Throws it downfield. Got him behind the defense. And he'll walk into the end zone. 2 men back there. He got behind him for a touchdown.
When you're the safety, you can't let anybody get behind you, and the 2 safeties did. And who they did let get behind them, Barry? Number 11, Zayden Bodner, that made that big play a while ago to move the chains for the first down. He's got a UNA offer. He's smart enough that he's actually got an offer from Cornell in the Ivy League, and you can see there, he knew what he was doing, drifted behind the safeties coach, and the quarterback just lofted it to him. He caught it at the 4 and trotted into the end zone.
Backbreaker, guys. Backbreaker, man. You're the safety. You can't let anybody get behind you. That's your first job.
Well, that hurts. Now an 18-point game. So now it's a 3-possession game, and they're going for the extra point. Better hurry. Play clock down to 7, down to 6. Finally, the snap. And a little confusion. He's going to have to try to run it in, and they're going to drop him. No good. So no good, a bad snap. So we'll take a timeout, a weddings, pageants, and proms timeout. 6:58 to go third quarter, 38-20. Sparkman, you're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
WAVU AM 630. W298BG FM 107.5 Albertville. You've found the power. Power 107.5 FM.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cool water to dive into, a warm gymnasium. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way for a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game, every practice, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable service at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep your lights on and the community strong, now and for generations to come.
Well, Sparkman took over after the Aggies could not score, and then take it down the field. Here's your Gilbert and Mall Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, Sparkman starts their own 26-yard line. 4 plays, 70 yards later. Williams to Bodner on a 46-yard touchdown strike. The extra point, no good. The Sparkman on their initial drive of the second half take a touchdown and go 38-20.
You're the Aggies. You almost have to score every time you touch the ball. Here's the kick. He's going to bounce around the 25-yard line, and he's going to pick it up. Try the middle. Cooper Scott, 30-yard line, and down to the 32. So a decent return. First time Albertville. They'll start on the 32-yard line.
Hey, good job there by Cooper Scott, Barry. And you know, people are going to say, well, he didn't catch it in the air. Look, that thing was kind of a lame duck when it hit, bounced around. Cooper made sure that he securely got it. Then he got upfield, followed his blockers. But when he realized there was a bunch of white jerseys around him, did a good job of just getting on the ground, because Sparkman, the last few times, Barry, you've seen it, they've been pulling at that football trying to rip it loose.
I'd go back to throwing the short here, just throwing it here on first down. It's first down. Got to score pretty much every time now. 6:53 to go in the third quarter. First down. CJ, low snap, back to pass. Pressure's coming. Going to throw it deep. Down the middle there. Sweat intercepted at the 36-yard line. Here's a return. 40, 45, 50 to the 40, 30. Down the sideline he goes. 20 to the 10. Stops, cuts back, and they got him at about the 5-yard line. No flags down. CJ threw that one in double coverage. Nobody was open.
Barry, looks like we've got an Aggie that may be a little bit injured right there. They're helping him get to his feet. Good, classy sportsmanship right there. I think that's Christian Ramirez that they were helping get up. But he had a pass route right down the middle, but he overthrew his wide receiver on a post pattern down the middle, overthrew his wide receiver. Safety playing center field just catches it, and then as soon as he catches it, he starts going to the far boundary, picks up a convoy of players that get him all the way back to the 4-yard line. And I actually think that C.J. Zuniga was in on that tackle.
Yeah, he's a little shaken as he comes off with his throwing arm, kind of shaking it as he comes off. All right, so now first down and goal on the 4-yard line after the interception. Nayland rolls right side, looks at the end zone, being chased, throws it to the turf basically because nobody was open. Keith was there. He was about the only man open in the end zone.
Hey, I'm still playing prevent defense on this shoulder. Ain't nobody getting close to me.
Hey, guys, what a great job. You saw it in the end zone. He fakes it to the running back, the Lawson kid, and then comes out here on a rollout. He's got a flood pattern in the end zone, but a great job by the Aggie defense in front of you to not give him any options to throw it to.
Man, we need a turnover. Bad.
We do. To stay in the game, we need a fumble, pick, something. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Nayland bobbles the ball. It's loose, and it bounces right back up. He's got it. Now he's being chased in to the 6th. So we'll lose a couple. Aggies had a chance to get to it. Took a good Sparkman bounce right into the hands of the running back, and he gets the ball back, but he loses 3 yards.
Guys, credit Mason Froelich. He never gave up on the play. He kept watching the play, followed the running back, stayed lateral with him, and was able to come up and make a tackle for about a 2-yard loss. Mason Froelich should get the player for the play anyway.
Third down and goal. They back it up to the 6-yard line. Nayland, 2 men wide left side. Even a field goal, it still stays a 3-possession game if we can hold them to a field goal. So it's third and goal from the 6, and a flag. How many players they got out there?
No, it's a false start on them. The guard got a head bob going over here.
So it is a penalty, so they're going to back it up 5. If you can hold them to a field goal, it stays a 3-possession game. There's still a chance. Touchdown, that makes it, 25-point game. That's going to be a 4-possession game. That's going to be tough.
No, it sounds crazy, but that 5 yards backing them up, if they were going to throw the ball into the end zone right there, Barry, that may actually help them to give them a little bit more green grass, a little bit more open space to throw the ball in.
So here we go, third down and goal. They back it up to the 11-yard line. Nayland drops, looks right side, throws up in the end zone, pushing, incomplete. Hey, they were both going for the ball right in front of you, Keith. That's a good no call.
Yeah, it was. 2 guys going up to make a play. I wish Cooper gets his head around on that play, but good no call. Two guys just getting after it.
So now will they try the field goal? I think they are. The kicker's coming out. So a field goal, it stays a 3-possession game. Even if he makes it, it'll be a 21-point lead.
Yeah, Coach Watson's going to get the benefit of the heat timeout right here, Barry, so that he can talk about it. Are we going to kick or are we going to go for it on fourth down?
We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 5:30 remaining third quarter, 18-point Sparkman lead. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major's striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
And we're back 5.5 to go in the third quarter, 18-point lead. I know it's still 21 points, but it stays a 3-possession game if he makes the field goal. So luckily, a touchdown would have pretty much ended the game. You'd be down by 4 possessions with about a quarter and a half left.
Guys, the kicker for Sparkman, not that great of a kicker. Got to get some pressure on him to have another goal line stand.
He is on the 18, a 28-yard field goal from the right hash mark. The snap, good snap. The hold, it is up. It is short. It is no good. I think he got under that one. He's trying to roll it up to the flag. Was not going to be long enough. And the Aggie defense holds. To have any kind of chance, Chris, they had to stop them with no points on this drive.
That's right. And this drive right here is crucial, guys.
Got to score. Got to score on this drive.
Keith, what about that? You throw an interception that gets returned all the way back to the 4-yard line. And people say that little plays don't matter. C.J. Zuniga makes a tackle at the 4-yard line.
Yep.
3 downs in a row, they go backwards, and they miss the field goal. That is a huge turnaround of events.
Effort, man. Effort's going to show up, and you never know when the ball's going to find you, but if you're giving effort every play, it's going to make a difference into the ball game.
CJ's just got to be careful. Defense are looking for Brant Sweat right now. Got to go somewhere else. Man in motion. He's going to hand off up the middle. Nice run to Parker. 20-25. Good run. 26-yard line. Colin Parker with a nice run. Second down at about 4.
Yeah, once again, Patterson, Ramirez, Hampton, Colton Battles, and Maddox Beck doing a great job of the offensive line. Got the defense in front of Sparkman on skates. Colin Parker gets behind him. Good 5-6 yard gain.
Gibson wide left side. Watson wide right. Hand up Parker again. Stops, cuts, spins, dives. Close to a first, right at the chains. I think it's going to be right at the first down marker. Should be enough, 4 yards, and it is. So we'll get, what's Parker's numbers right now, Chris?
14 carries, 45 yards.
You think he had more the way he's been running?
Christian Ramirez is coming out. He's hobbling pretty good. I don't know if it's a cramp or if it's an ankle, but checks out, and when he checks out, number 74, Jonathan Sanders, another senior, checks in. So we'll see how this works out.
First down, 30-yard line. Aggies pick up the first. Hands off G-Man up the middle. They're going to stand him up after a gain of a couple, but they're going to push him for another yard. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Looks like this is just a cramp. I keep watching Christian. He's down here like guzzling water and stretching as much as he can be. But, hey, guys, even though you had the young man Sanders check in, that offensive line still doing some good, moving the Sparkman defenders around and got a 3-yard gain.
Man, Christian really limping, favoring that left leg. 2nd and 7 from the 33-yard line. Man in motion, hands up to G-Man, avoids one man, 35, cuts back, 38, 39, 40. What a run by G-Man. He got that on his own. First down, Albertville.
Keith, you said you always like the G-Man, and right there, G-Man just does what the G-Man does. Great run.
And I tell you, the more he runs the ball, the better his vision. He's had the physical tools have been there, but he's getting better. The first couple of games, guys, let's be honest, G-Man was looking for somebody in another team to run over.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's trying to make some guys miss, and he's looking a lot better.
Good time to throw. 41-yard line, first down, clock running, 3:21 remaining, third quarter. Aggies on the move. CJ hands off. No, pitch back to right side. Parker.
Good job.
Cuts one man down, 48-yard line. He went around one man, picks up about 7 yards. Nice run on the option by Colin Parker.
Boy, that, Coach, you talk about CJ pitches it to Colin Parker. We talked about that safety. Number 8 has been running that lane, the Seton kid coming downhill, number 9. And Colin Parker just slams on the brakes and lets that guy go fly and then gets up the field.
Second down and 3 on the Aggie 47-yard line. CJ hands off to G-Man. Nope, option's going to pull it. He's going to run. He's at the sideline. 40, 35, steps out of bounds. Great run by CJ. They were waiting on G-Man. CJ first down to the Sparkman 39-yard line.
And right now, CJ has such a command of this offense, Keith, that I think that he's just absolutely, because he's keeping it and he pulls it and he pitches it, he is absolutely confusing the defensive players of Sparkman right now.
Yeah, I talked about it in the first half right there. The option is the pitch has not been there a ton. It's working a little bit right now, but is CJ keeping the ball, I think, is going to beat him pretty bad.
39-yard line. Aggies trail 38-20 on the move. CJ hands off to Javinci. Nope, option. Pitch back right side. Parker waiting on that one. One man misses. The next two get him. No gain. Loss of maybe a yard. Second and long for Albertville.
And Sparkman right there, Keith, just as we talked about how good Albertville was at running the option, right there, Sparkman does a great job of taking care of dive, quarterback, and pitch. Excellent job of defending the option.
Yeah, they're seeing it a lot the last couple of plays. I said this in the first half, too. Line up like that, drop back, and throw it deep. They're not expecting it at all. And I think I keep saying it, we can beat 28 over here. Bless his heart, he's about 4 inches shorter than I am, okay? That's not very tall.
Second down and 10. Clock running. 2 minutes to go in the third. CJ turns, hands up to Parker. He's got a hole. 35. They pop him at the 33, but he keeps going. A gain of about 6 yards, maybe 7. Now it's third down and short.
That is the when Coach Weingarten this week said we're going to have to learn geometry and not physics. I think that was physics, because that was Colin Parker going upfield. That was number 9, the safety, coming downfield, and those two guys just met, and they had to be going the same speed, time, and rate and all that stuff in the physics book, because they both just came to a dead stop, both of them.
Third down at about 4. The ball is on the Sparkman 33-yard line. Parker in the backfield behind CJ. Man in motion is Swift to give to Parker up the middle. He slips through it for a couple, dives to about the 31. It's going to be short by about a yard and a half.
You've been the riverboat gambler all night. Why do you not think he's going to go for it on 4th and a yard and a half?
You got to go.
I mean, and here comes, you give the G-Man a couple of moments for a break, and now you bring him in, and if there was ever a G-Man down, it's 4th and a yard and a half.
G-Man's getting the ball because he just wiped his hands off. 4th down and a yard and a half. 42 seconds to go in the quarter. Turns, hands off to G-Man. Nope, option. He's going to roll right side. First down, 25. I think he had the option of give it to G-Man or keep it. Great read by C.J. Zuniga. First down, Albertville.
Once again, Keith, C.J. Zuniga, as we have watched him from an 8th grader to now, it seems in all of those years that right now he has a greater grasp and command of the offense than we have seen at any time in his high school career.
He does. And, guys, he hasn't ran this option any till this year. But we have not ran that the last couple of years. So that's something he's getting better at. We're game 4, I guess we're in game 4, 3, whatever. He is really, really getting good at running this option and reading that in.
First down, 25-yard line, 5 seconds, 4, 3. CJ, the snap, hands off Parker, got him in the backfield. He's going backwards. That's a loss of about 5, and that will end the third quarter with a big loss on second down coming up. We'll take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Fourth quarter coming up, Sparkman 38-20. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones & Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
And we're back with Albertville Aggie Football, presented by Power 107.5 and Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Fourth quarter coming up. You got a big fourth down play. To have any chance to win this game, you've got to get this, yard and a half?
You got to get the yard and a half, and right now you're on your 11th play of a drive that started at your own 20-yard line. So you would think, Barry, the defensive front getting tired.
My bad on that. We got the first one. 2nd and 16 on the last play was Colin. We tried to go around the end again and lost 6 yards. I'm with you, Chris. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to fake that handoff, step back, and find somebody open downfield.
Yeah, those outside plays, they are not working.
No.
We just can't do that against this defense.
And you've got big Kobe Watson. We really haven't gone to him at all.
No.
I think the defense realizes number 11, Brant Sweat, is CJ's go-to man. That's who he looks for. I think you got to look away from Brant and go somewhere else. You got Kobe, and let's see, you've also got Gibson wide left, and here's Sweat, and then move the tight end, Hudgens, out wide right. Hey, throw it to him. 2nd down and 16 for Albertville from the 31-yard line, 4th quarter. Back to pass. CJ looks right side.
There
throws. Got a little slant over the middle. Got it. 25. Cuts to the 20. Inside the 20. He gets a lot of that yardage back. Is going to be short by about 4 yards, maybe 5. So a nice little passing catch to Brant Sweat.
You notice that every time that we've needed a big chunk play, that is what they're going to, is the middle screen. They were able to get a touchdown off of it one time. Another time here, if you remember, it was about 3rd and 18. Yep. They were able to pop that and get a first down. And right there, they needed to make it 3rd and manageable through that screen, and now they have a 3rd and 5.
Sweat has 2 touchdown catches already. 3rd and 5, Aggies on the Sparkman 20-yard line, down by 18 points. 4th quarter. Hands off. No, he's got an option. Rolls right side. Pits the Sweat. Stops, cuts. 15. They stand him up at the 14. It is enough for another Aggie first down.
Keith, I think you could have given that one to Parker. Looked like there was a hole wide open down the middle. CJ pulled it, got the pitch to the outside, still moved the chains. But that just lets me know that CJ's doing a really good job. So is the offensive line, because 2 of the 3 options would have worked.
Yeah, CJ's getting really comfortable running the option. And sometimes they play it really good and they cover everybody, but several times, I'd say probably 65, 70% of the time, they're leaving somebody. CJ makes the right read, it's there.
First down on the Sparkman 14-yard line, down by 18. Aggies driving, 10:38 left. In motion, Sweat. They give the G-man up the middle. Avoids one man, runs over a man. They're going to drive him backwards. Progress to the 11, so a gain of about 3 yards.
And good job there. Great read. Defensive end came down, was looking at CJ eyeball to eyeball, hands off to the G-man. Once again, offensive line getting a great push, getting the Sparkman defenders going backwards. They're able to stay north and south. G-man gets about 3 yards.
2nd down and 7 on the Sparkman 11-yard line. Got to score and got to probably try an onside kick. You're down by 18, only 10 minutes left on the 11-yard line. CJ hands off to G-man up the middle. 5-4-3, touchdown Albertville.
Great read. The defensive end crashes down. CJ gives it off, and then a great block by Battles and Beck and Hampton here on the right-hand side. And when G-Man got in there, Keith, I think they were blitzing the linebacker, because once G-Man broke the line of scrimmage, there was nobody between him and the end zone.
Well, and I think several times, John, that right there, especially in short yardage situations, 4th down, CJ's pulled that and got outside and pitched it. Right there, I think they were keying on that pitch, and he just handed it off. G-man, and like you said, linebacker vacated the area, and he ran right up the middle, broke a couple of tackles, able to get in the end zone.
Now for the point after Johns, the snap. It's down, almost blocked again, barely through. It is good. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 9:53 left. It's 38-27. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
A big drive for the Aggies to stay in this game. Here's your Gilbert and ball forward, and Albertville score.
Yeah, after stopping Sparkman after that interception, the Aggies got the ball at their own 20-yard line. 14 plays, 80 yards with Hugh Gensley-Sarant going in from 11 yards out. The G-man, extra point up and good. Sparkman hasn't been able to run away from the Aggies all night long. They still lead, however, 38-27.
Man, that was a big drive. And how about the offensive line, Chris? There was a huge hole right up the middle.
Yeah, and you got to look at some stats right here for a second. G-Man, 15 carries, 54 yards. Colin Parker, 19 carries, 57 yards.
So overall, between them and Zuniga, we've got over 100 yards rushing.
Oh, yeah.
And then CJ got. He's had a couple of
5 carries, 37.
Johns to kick. Let's see if he kicks it right or left or down the middle again. Let's see the kick. Onside kick. It's bouncing around. Diving out. Goes out of bounds, and that was close. There was an Aggie man there. Almost got it.
Hey, Barry, little kind of updates going along in the region. James Clemens is over Huntsville 31-14. Austin all over Sparkman 34-6. Geraldine over Sylvania 64-21 in the fourth quarter right now.
Wow.
Scottsboro over Douglas 54-14. We got Arab over Brewer 31-13. And was trying to see if there's any more. Oh, Bob Jones beating Grissom 42-0 right now. Gunnersville over Sardis 49-12.
So the Geraldine score again?
63 to not a lot.
Geraldine?
Yeah, Fives beating Asbury 54-6.
63. Wow. 49-yard line. Nayland turns, hands off left side, bounces, tried to cut back, does. 45-42. We're going to bring it down from behind. Nice job that time of Peyton Jones. It's a good run, though, a gain of about 6. You've got to stop him on this one. You cannot allow too many first downs, if any at all, but now you're looking at second and short.
It looked like that was just kind of student body left, wasn't it, Barry? We're just all going to block to the left and let the big-time running back Lawson get behind everybody, and he did, and they just kind of rolled the Aggies left side, or the right side of the Aggies defense back, was able to gain about 7 yards.
Hey, looking at Lawson's yards, guys, 11 carries, 145.
And his good running back. He's had a couple of touchdown runs and a 2-point conversion. 2nd and 3, Sparkman on our 42-yard line, 9-10 to go in the game. Nayland turns, hands off, first man through, first down. Jumps over a man, 40, 35, 33-yard line, straight up the middle. I'd say our defensive line's a little bit tired also.
Yeah, well, some of those guys on the defensive front also play the offensive front, right, Barry? And you can't tell me that during that time that Coach Morrison, he had gathered his offensive group together before they came out. Guys, it's 38-27. We've got to put some points in the end zone. Probably challenge his offense right now. And after that onside kick that went out of bounds to give them favorable field position, 2 plays, and they're already halfway, covered half the distance to the end zone.
33-yard line, first down, 8:35 to go in the game. Sparkman up by 11. Nayland hands off, first man through again. Got a hole, 30, 25 cuts, 15 to the 10. Dez will wrap him up with help inside the 10. It looks like they're just running right up the middle right now, and they're blowing some huge holes up in the middle of their defensive line.
Keith, I don't think there's anything kind of fancy about that. They're just behind a 265, 270, 300 interior offensive line, and they're just mowing us back.
Quick snap, quarterback drops it, picks it up, rolls the left side with his speed. He will walk into the end zone. That is talent there. He dropped the snap, it bounced, picked it up, still had time to run around the end and score.
Keith, you want to go ahead and say it? You've talked about the athleticism of that quarterback all night long.
Well, just God-given speed, man. Speed, and he's got a great burst. Busted play, and I don't blame the corner. The corner thought he had a shot to go getting the ball. Quarterback picks it up and absolutely like a lightning bolt going around the edge and able to get a touchdown. There's a flag on the play, guys.
Did it happen after the play?
Yeah, it might be a celebration.
Could be. So that touchdown, that pretty much makes it, that's tough. Now you're down to 17, 44-27. 8:13 to go in the game. Next week, Sparkman at home against Huntsville, and we'll be on the road at Austin.
Looks like they're coming to talk to Coach Weingarten, which probably means it's a post-possession foul, so you can looks like we're going to take it on the kickoff.
So you're right, maybe a celebration penalty there. So it's 44-27. Sparkman decided to touchdown after the Aggie big touchdown drive. So the momentum had shifted a little bit. It's right back over with Sparkman again. Sparkman can score some points. Defense shaky. I can see why they're 0-3. They got a lot of penalties. But they can put the points up.
They got a really good run game, guys.
Yeah, they do.
I think one of the young man that got hurt earlier that had the leg injury,
right.
I think he's one of their really good running backs too. He played some linebacker also, but they can run the ball really good.
Now for the point after. So 8:13 remaining in the game. Snap, it's down, and kick a line drive. Barely through. That's good. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 8:13 to go in the game. It's 45-27. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
And that was a backbreaker there. Aggies just scored. Sparkman comes right back and gets the touchdown. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Yeah, the Aggies trying to go for an onside kick. Couldn't get it. Sparkman able to recover 5 plays, and 49 yards later, Nayland goes in 7 yards out. Extra point up and good. Sparkman re-extends their lead. 45-27 here, mid-fourth.
Well, the Aggies, they had to go for the onside kick. Unfortunately, they didn't get it, but it gave Sparkman good field position. We couldn't stop the running game.
Looks like that penalty was a personal foul against Albertville.
And here's the kick. The kicker falls. He is down. And here comes the return. 25-30 to the 35-yard line. He tripped over the tee. I don't know what happened. Now that kicker had a tough time. Now he's tackled.
There's going to be a flag on the kicker.
There you go. Kicker, he fell down, tripped over the tee. Then he may have make the tackle. Then he shoves one of the Aggies down. That's just like a trifecta of what could go wrong.
Well, here's the thing. The kicker wanted to get up there. Unfortunately for him, he didn't see Mason Froelich. Mason Froelich wore him out. The kicker didn't like getting worn out. And so when Mason gets up, the kicker in front of the entire zebra convention that was coming in to spot the ball just pushes Mason Froelich in the back of the helmet, and there's laundry all over the place, and the Marshall County Sheriffs are happy, Barry.
Clean up on aisle 4. We've got flags all over the place. I'm trying to watch the replay here. The kicker, I don't know what happened. As he went past, he hit the ball, but I think he kicked the ground or something, and he fell down.
Lucy pulled the ball. So I remember she did that to Charlie Brown all the time.
I know one thing. Froelich just worked him like a rented mule right there.
Then the kicker gets called for you don't see many kickers get called for a personal foul.
That's true.
Yeah, you just don't see that. That's good. I give him the game ball.
That's their 12th penalty, too, by the way.
Looks like Christian Ramirez just cannot fight through this cramp, guys. He went out there for a little while, and now they've had to pull him out again.
And I love Christian. He's just a great guy. Yeah. Man, he's a fighter. Aggie ball, though, on the 46-yard line. CJ pitch right side. Ball is loose, bounces back up. Sweat makes the catch, basically, but they're going to bring it back to the 50-yard line. A loss of 3. CJ the pitch. Sweat lost it, was able to, luckily, it bounced right back into his hands, and he ends up losing 3 yards.
Well, the unfortunate thing, Barry, against this crew, that pitch has got to be perfect, because you saw whenever that ball got bobbled, hit the ground, by the time he looked down to find the ball and picked it up, 3 white jerseys already immediately converging on him.
7:35 left. It's 45-27. Sparkman scores, and they still lead. Back to pass. CJ looks right side. Nobody. He wanted to go to Sweat. He's covered. He throws it anyway. Tipped, almost picked off. There's a flag that may be pass interference, but that play has worked the first few times, but that time they were waiting on it.
May have an illegal man downfield because when he double clutched that ball.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, you got an ineligible player downfield. He's got to throw that ball behind the line of scrimmage, but when he double clutched it, Keith, and he had to run back to buy some time, those offensive linemen, which is not their fault, they're told to release, just too far downfield.
Yeah, in your linemen, that's not. I mean, one of them got called for being downfield, but it's really not their fault. That ball's got to come out somewhere. They practice that. They're getting downfield. They're getting to the second level. That ball's got to come out, or it messes everything up.
Yeah, 3rd down, 14 now. He's got to find a different receiver. They're keying on Brant Sweat. Wherever he goes now, he's almost double teamed. CJ back to pass. Steps up, looks, throws it. There's Sweat again, but he's got it. Yep. 33-yard line, double team or not. He got open, makes the catch to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great run. CJ get under pressure, waiting for Sweat to kind of run what would be like a flag route, coming down in between the numbers and the hash marks, then breaks it outside, CJ with a beautifully thrown ball, Sweat able to pull it in. Barry, you're right. They were keying on Sweat, but just a great pitch and catch.
Hey, guys, how many catches, Chris?
Yeah, Sweat, guys, 6 receptions, 129.
What about CJ's numbers tonight?
CJ, let me add them up a minute.
All right, we'll give you a minute. That was a great pass. That was a great pass to Sweat. First down, CJ under center. Takes a handoff. There's a mix-up in the backfield. He turned around. Everybody was gone, and he's sacked. There's a flag coming down, too, a late flag. He loses 6 yards. I don't know what happened. He turned to hand it off, and the two backs went out for a pass.
But Keith, I think he thought the option was coming to the right, and the running backs all went to the left, and the blocking back went in. So his initial part of that option wasn't there, and then the offensive line just kind of, it happens. I mean, you're not supposed to hold your blocks long.
Face mask on Sparkman, okay?
Well, we just got bailed out on that one.
We did.
Yeah.
So they're going to mark it off. So instead of a loss of about 6 on the sack, they're going to mark it off. So 6:44 remaining in the game, 45-27. Sparkman on top. Aggies driving again on the Sparkman 29-yard line. CJ turned, hands off. G-Man hits the line. They stand up. There's a massive humanity there. Bodies all over the place. 3-4. And Christian, unfortunately, he's on the bottom of the pile again. He's giving it everything he's got.
He's a gutsy young kid.
He is.
I mean, he just keeps battling. Looks like he may even have a compression sock on trying to fight through this thing.
All right, guys, looking at Zuniga's number 7 of 15, 132.
He's thrown the deep ball well tonight on target. And has a gain of 1, by the way, on the last run. So it's 2nd down and 4 on about the 28-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the game. The gift, Parker up the middle, breaks free, 20, dragging a tackler. You're right, Chris. He is stronger than he looks. He drug a man to the 17-yard line. Colin Parker, another good game.
5'7", 165-pound senior. But Keith, he plays a lot bigger than 5'7", 165.
Yeah, he's got to be just a huge weight room guy. He's built like a weight room guy. He looks really, really strong.
Let's take a timeout. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 5:55 left. Aggies down 45-27. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
4-6 over Asbury.
Getting some of the scores. Geraldine, the game, we'll be doing 2 of their games this year. Man, they're putting it on Sylvania.
They are putting it on Sylvania.
64-21. Man, 64 points. Taking out a lot of frustration. Sylvania's had their number the past couple of years. It's a big region game. All right, 1st and 10, Albertville, 21-yard line. CJ hands up to Parker. Good run. Up the middle. They're going to stand him up around the 17-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
You know, in people listening to the broadcast, maybe people in the stands, like, why are you running the ball? Why are you doing this? Guys, you're down by what? 45-27, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You're teaching this offense to these guys, these kids, right?
Yeah.
And they started at their own 40 or the 46-yard line. They're now inside the 20 running this offense. Guys, this is a good team that's doing some good things right now.
2nd down and 6, CJ under center. CJ hand up to G-Man. He is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. He might have got a yard if he's lucky. Well, he's taking a pounding. Picks up maybe a yard. 3rd down and about 6, we'll call it.
Mary, you're right. G-Man delivers the pounding, but I think tonight against Sparkman, he's been getting it. Be a lot of kids from Albertville and Sparkman, I think, in the ice bath tonight and tomorrow.
Next week on the road to Austin, so big region game.
That's where we're up on top of the press box, remember?
Oh. Well, at least the weather looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not supposed to rain till December, right? According to the weatherman.
3rd down and 6 on the 17. 4:37 remaining in the game. One man right side, that's Kobe Watson. Hands off to Sweat. Reverse.
There it is.
Gibson throws it. CJ is there. He was wide open, and he was overthrown. Incomplete.
Man, if he was an inch and a half taller, that's a touchdown.
Man, that was a well-run play. Parker Gibson on that little reverse found CJ wide open at the 5-yard line, and it bounces off his fingertips. just overthrown.
Well, and what a great play. You line up Parker Gibson out there as a wide receiver who's also your backup quarterback. You hand the ball going wide, who then pitches it, and it looks like a reverse. But then you've got Parker Gibson, the quarterback. I think he was trying to kind of avoid a defender, didn't get his feet set, and the ball sailed on him just a hair.
All right, 4th down and 6. Keep the drive alive. You got to have something here. 4:26 left. CJ drops back, looks, goes to the middle. It bounces again, and intercepted. And he is tackled at the 7-yard line.
Man.
Wow, he bobbled it and caught it, and one of the Aggie linemen, I couldn't say who it was.
Kellenham?
Yeah.
Running the brick wall.
yeah. Man, he hit him so hard his airbag come out.
What do they call
that? Fell straight back.
Well, kind of like a DDT, wasn't it, the way he got him, just kind of power slammed him.
I'm looking for Jim Ross to start hollering slobber knocker. That was a shot.
So, unfortunately, the Aggies turned it over with an interception, and there was nobody open. He just had to force that one, trying to hit Sweat over the middle. But again, the Aggies' offense, probably the most offense we've had yardage-wise in quite a few games, Chris.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree, especially running the football and passing it.
Sparkman has some of the reps now. The snap to the quarterback, hands up right up the middle. Oh, my goodness, this backup is gone. 30, 35, 40. He's going to be caught from behind. Cooper Scott shoves him at the 40-yard line. He rolls about 3 times down the field, and the ball came loose, but he was already down when the ball came loose. That's one way to tackle him.
Well, you're exactly right. I don't know if Cooper saw that Dez was coming over the top as well to make that tackle. But, Barry, sometimes when you put the backups in, A, they're trying to make their name in front of their coaches, but B, the other part of that is they're fresh. And that looked like a fresh running back.
Yeah. They're going to mark him on the 38-yard line. That's where he first bounced. Then he bounced. They'll tuck and roll. Williams, the new quarterback, in first hand on the Aggie 38-yard line. Williams turns, hands off, up the middle. There he goes again. He is hit hard and not backwards. Froelich again. Here's a late flag coming in. That was a late flag. It's going to be a short game. Let's see what the flag is. Another Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag.
I think you may have a hold on that. One of the offensive linemen kind of drove Maddox back. Maddox back coming in from his defender position, got upfield. One of the linemen held him, and then not only held him, Barry, but just kind of drove him shoulder first down in the turf. Maddox back comes out, goes under the tent.
Don't see any new Aggies out there right now. So they back it up to the 48-yard line. First down, Sparkman up 45-27 with 3:21 left. Williams hands off up the middle again. 45, 44, 43 going down. Amani Techeria makes the tackle. Really the first time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah. Kind of absent.
Yeah.
He's really had a hard time because their offensive line has done such a good job getting to that second level. And Armani's only a 10th grader. Yeah. He's a little bit light to be playing in the middle of the defense like that. He'll get bigger, he'll get stronger, and get a lot better.
Second down at about 15, letting the clock wind down. 2:49 left. Williams, the quarterback. Marbury, the new tailback behind him. Second and long. Williams looks, throws, lefty throws it right side. Got his man complete. 45. Hit a couple of Aggies. Hendricks, one of the first ones. Who was the other one? Somebody just stood him up and put him down. Who was the other Aggie? Was that
Dez?
Dez?
Yeah.
Hey, Dez has really played some really good football the last couple of weeks.
Yes, he has.
Between returning kicks, and now he's been forced to really play some secondary with the injury to Orr last week.
Well, not only that, they put him out there on an island a lot of times, too. And he's made a lot of plays in man-to-man and just single coverage out there.
All right, third down at 11, clock down to 2:09, 45-27. Third down at 11, quarterback an option, rolling right side. Going to step out of bounds. That's not what the coach wanted him to do, but he did. And it's going to be a gain of a yard. It'll be fourth down and 10 coming up. Clock stopped, 1:58 left.
Wouldn't surprise me here, like you said. Coach Watson surely didn't want him to run out of bounds and stop the clock with 1:58 to go. But Coach Watson's not going to kick. I would imagine you're going to see just another run. If you break it, you break it. And the Albertville defense has got to stand up. They're getting a lot of young players in there as well. But it looks like Coach is going to go for it on fourth down.
Yep, fourth down and 10. 3 men wide left side, 2 to the right. Game clock at 1:58. Play clock at 8.
I bet they're taking a delay game.
I'm not sure the thinking here because the clock wasn't running.
Timeout. I think Coach Watson across the way called a timeout because he's got some young players in there coaching. They're a little discombobulated there.
All right, coming up after the game, the high school football scoreboard. For us, next week on the road, we're going to be traveling to Austin. Then it's another away game, other than the open week is following that. And as far as we know, the last I'd heard, after the open week, there's a chance we may get Talik Saint back, who's been injured since summertime. I'm not sure the latest update on him, but he was working to maybe come back after the open week. I'm not sure what the latest is on him.
Yeah, so the last I had heard was there's a possibility that he could be coming in later in the season. We'll just have to see. And let the training staff and the doctors make that evaluation. But he was definitely a player, talking about catching lightning in a bottle, that could help us. And Barry, you got to think about it too, with Orr going down. And then we've had, Brian Ferdinand kid that got hurt, and the Orr kid got hurt.
Is not playing tonight. So really you're playing without three of your starters not out there tonight. Yep. And he's still very competitive. Back to pass Williams. He's going to throw it down the middle. There's a man there, well overthrown. Good coverage in there by Prater. So the Aggies will take over with one last drive coming up with 1:52 left.
Good job there. Prater, as you said, in the hip pocket of the wide receiver, and actually had inside position on him, Keith. I don't think the wide receiver ever saw the pass. Good job there.
Yeah, he didn't know where that ball was. Guys, going back to talking about Talik, if you'll remember last year against the Senators when he had his breakout game, scored 3 times over there, and a lot closer game than it was or would have been. Talik's a heck of a ball player, very athletic, very skilled, and has really good vision. He was one of those guys that we kind of had pegged to maybe really touch the ball a lot. And then, to get the news in summertime that he went down and got injured, that one was a heartbreaker.
You put him in there with Brent Sweat as the go-to receiver. Then you got Kobe Watson. It gives you a really good group of receivers. Takes some pressure off Sweat also as being the go-to receiver. Back to the action. CJ rolling right side. Throws sidearm. Kobe was there. He's trying to stop and catch. It's on a bit behind him, got his feet tangled, incomplete.
Yeah, CJ throws that out here toward the boundary a little bit more. Watson's going to run into it. It kind of got behind him. He was trying to turn his body on what you would call it. It wasn't a for real back shoulder throw, Barry. It was just kind of thrown a little bit late. Couldn't haul it in here at the numbers.
So 1:47 left. It's 45-27. Sparkman leads. Aggies with the ball. They're on the 37-yard line. Sparkman with a win will pick up their first region win. They're going to be home against Huntsville next week.
Be their first region win and their first regular win.
CJ back to pass. Has time. Throws it down the right side. Got a man. Sweat. It hit the defender in the head. If he thrown it about 2 yards further downfield, Sweat could have had his third touchdown of the game.
Are you telling me that was a headsy play, Barry?
Hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah, the defender had no idea the pass was coming in until it bounced off of his helmet.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped, 1:41 left. Watching the replay, and the defender wanted pass interference when the ball hit you in the back of the head, buddy.
Mary, but talk about the spirit of the Aggies. I mean, the stands have been full and a lot of energy, Keith. I know you can feel that down on the field. That's what Albertville football's about.
CJ back to pass, looks right side, throws to the middle. Kobe's got it. Kobe will not. Yes, he will break free, still moving. Upfield, good try by Kobe. He's going to be well short of the first down, but picks up about 5. So now you're looking at the 4th and 5.
He just did a good job of getting back there where the linebackers are settling down. CJ hit him with the pass, made a couple of guys miss, but, able to gain about 4 or 5 yards and make this a manageable 4th down.
He's a guy that's been underutilized in this game.
Yeah.
We've got to get the ball in his hands more. He's the tallest receiver we have.
4th down and 5, clock running, 1:05 to go in the game. To keep the drive alive, need 5 yards. CJ rolls right side, looks, Sweats open downfield, throws, got him. Beautiful pass, 42-yard line. How about that pass play?
Keith, you probably heard me saying, there he is, because he was an inside receiver. He ran kind of a deep flare route, got behind the linebackers in front of the secondary. His CJ just put it absolutely in the spot and let him run underneath it.
CJ throws a really good ball when he sets his feet.
Yeah.
And he gets happy feet sometimes and tries to throw off balance. But when he sets his feet, and he throws a really good ball.
First down, Colin Parker back in on the Sparkman 42-yard line. C.J. rolls left side. Pressure's coming. They got him back to the 44. He wanted to stop and look at downfield. Sweat was covered. Had nobody open.
You know who C.J. Zuniga reminds me of? It just dawned on me that, I mean, obviously not because of this loss on this play, but you said it a few moments ago, the pass that he's thrown, the option that he's been able to run tonight, the command that he has of the offense. Do y'all know who Diego Palva is?
Yes.
He's the quarterback for Vanderbilt that runs kind of this similar offense, and to me...
Yeah, just rub it in. They beat Bama.
Yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately, yeah, John.
Well,
thanks.
He beat Auburn, too.
Yeah, but when you think about Diego Palva being able to run that option and to be able to have passes like that, I think C.J. Zuniga, just like that Palva kid kind of grew into the offense at Vanderbilt, I think you're seeing C.J. grow up in this offense. And yes, he got a sack right there. The guys on the play before, you know, he had to be able to move the chains and laid a perfect pass out there. And, I mean, and let his wide receiver run under it to move the chains.
Aggies have called a timeout is why we're with 49 seconds left.
No, we're giving you a hard time there, John, but you nailed it. And we run a similar offense to what Vanderbilt's running right now. They run a lot of option. They motion guys out of the backfield. They run a lot of H-back stuff. So, yeah, the comparison is definitely there. Man, I wish if C.J., and, you know, obviously he can't help this, but if C.J. was about 6'3", C.J. would be getting some looks. C.J.'s got a good lively arm.
Second down and long, 44-yard line. C.J. drops back, looks, throws it deep right side. Kobe Watson's there. Nope, intercepted. Do it short. Here's the return, 30 to the 40 to the 45. And he breaks away from another man, finally going down at the 43-yard line. So C.J. had Kobe Watson downfield, but underthrew him and intercepted.
Well, and it was a go route, and Kobe Watson had beat the defensive back, Keith, right between the numbers and the side. But the safety was just playing deep center field, followed the eyes, trolled across, and was able to step in front of that pass.
So Sparkman will take over, probably snap it one time, 34 seconds left. With a 45-27 lead, that's probably where it's going to stand. They led at the half, 32-20. Aggies took the opening drive, had a drive going, but that was the drive of the game. That could have flipped the game around completely, but Sparkman stopped them. And unfortunately, the Aggies had to turn it over on downs, and Sparkman got a quick touchdown, and they've never looked back.
Thought they might go to a knee, Barry, but they ran a new player out there, so they may end up... No, they're going to go to a knee.
Quarterback takes a knee. And the teams will come out and shake hands. We'll get some stats for you in a moment, get some a mail word or two from Coach Weingarten. I know you lose again. That's 32 losses in a row. But the team is getting better and better each week. I mean, you put up 27 points against your regional opponent. And that's something to be proud of. Your defense had a tough time tonight. Special teams had a tough time. But the offense, I think, did their job tonight.
Well, the offense did their job, but I hope what doesn't get missed, Barry, if you think about it, twice inside the 5-yard line, the Aggies defense able to turn Sparkman away with no points at all. Yeah. So I hope that when they're in the defensive film room and they look at that they get the kudos that they deserve from the defensive coaches, because they were not going to quit. And I think that the Aggies have earned the respect. You see a lot of the Sparkman players hugging the Aggie players. I think that because a lot of these guys have played against the Aggies for 2 or 3 years, Barry, and I think they know that they were up against a formidable foe, that they were up against a much better football team, and are giving the Aggies the respect that they rightly deserve.
Yeah. Offensively, Chris, some of the best numbers we've had this year.
Oh, it is, guys. And they're across the board. They're even across the board. 50 rushes, 164 yards, 9 of 20, 153 yards passing, 317 total for the offense tonight. Guys, Brant Sweat, he had a record night tonight. 7 receptions, 143. Rushing-wise, Colin Parker, 21 carries, 68 yards. G-Man, 17 carries, 55 yards. Zuniga wound up with 6 carries for 24. So, you know, and guys, the penalties, we still have some penalties to work on, those false start penalties. But all in all, guys, penalty-wise, we're kind of narrowing that stuff down.
It's getting better,
yeah.
It's getting better. And I'll say that the running game for Sparkman didn't really beat us. It was the quarterback with the receivers getting behind our secondary, which is a banged-up secondary because Orr wasn't playing. We had to put a couple of new guys back there. So, I mean, it's a young secondary, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, Lawson wound up with 13 carries, 179.
Wow. You know, he was what did he say? 100 coming into this game averaging 103. So he got well above that average.
Yeah.
Tonight.
They were evenly matched yardage wise, 188 rushing, 182 passing. So,
and you know what's funny coming into this game, Gene? They averaged 142 yards passing and 144 yards rushing. So that should tell you about what the stats that you said in the season.
Yeah.
That their coaches are, I think they're cognizant of wanting to be very balanced.
Yeah.
Well, and guys, so by the numbers there, Chris, they maybe had, 15, 20 more offensive yards than we did, something like that?
Yeah, they had 317. We had 317.
Yeah.
They had 370.
I mean, when's the last time we had 317 yards offense?
I know.
It's been. I passed Mr. Hudgens. I still have to call him Coach Hudgens just a minute ago, and all he said was brick by brick, man. We're getting better every game. You know, it took about 6 years for us to get to where we're at right now. You know, and with the losses and all that, and just kind of where we're at, where the program was when Coach Weingarten took over. We can't turn it around overnight, but I tell you what, we're making some pretty good strides.
Coach Weingarten, the team now heading to the locker room. You may have to chase him down, Keith. Looks like they're going to go straight to the locker room as he makes his way over to Keith. And we'll get a couple of words from Coach Weingarten here. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, here with Coach. Coach, I passed Mr. Hudgens a second ago, and all he said was brick by brick. The guys are playing better and better every week. You know, you take 5, 6, 7 plays, explosive plays away from the game. It's a really tight ball game.
Well, I mean, we can't give up. We gave up way too many big plays on defense. We can't turn over 4 times and expect to have a chance to win. So, I mean, that's really the tail of the tape. I mean, I do agree. I think we're playing better, but that's hard for young people, to accept that. So, I think I have to go back and look at the tape and give it an honest evaluation of effort and all that kind of stuff. But our execution wasn't good enough to give ourselves a chance.
Yeah, it was like, you're exactly right. We had, I think, Chris totaled up 317 total yards. Like you said, we get in situations where we look really good, and then we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. Young guys are going to do that, and guys, have kind of been conditioned, to make mistakes. And I think we're doing a good job turning it around. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Well, when we get a chance to make plays, we got to have the confidence to go and do it, and so we'll get there in time. But love our players. The harsh reality is we are where we are, and we're trying to build, but it doesn't take away the fact how much we love them and care for them.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Aggies.
Good job, Keith. Appreciate it. We'll see you up in the booth in a few minutes. So stat-wise, it's getting better. Still just turnovers. We had one big drive when we had a chance to cut into the lead again. Chris, I know the ball stripped out of his hand, killed that drive, and that was a big drive when we had a chance, I believe, to cut in this lead and make it a one-score game. And just little things. We can't force turnovers, but we're giving the ball up too many times tonight. 4 turnovers, that'll kill you.
But, Barry, I think if you look at the game that we played against Sparkman last year, and you look at this year, I mean, that is an entirely different football game. It's an even on the road or even at home, our kids never quit. They never got down. They kept fighting, and they kept running their offense, and they kept playing. And I think Mr. Hudgens made a great analogy right there. Brick by brick, we're trying to it didn't get this bad overnight, and it's 7A, and there's some other things going on. And so it's going to take each and every day going to practice, working hard. But, guys, I'm telling you something. I don't necessarily think that we might have great things to Austin, because Austin is just absolutely phenomenal. But I sure do like Grissom looming out there in the distance, because I believe that if this team gets better this week in practice, sees that speed against Austin, that'll be 2 really good teams in Sparkman and Austin they've seen. And the level that they have to execute against Sparkman and the level that they're going to have to execute against Austin, if they rise to that level and they execute at that level against Grissom, I really like our shots to be able to take care of that Grissom game. And then, guys, there's another thought process that enters my mind. If we go to Grissom and you win that game, and then you get the off week, guys, you get 2 weeks to prepare for when you come back and you play Huntsville here at home for homecoming. Guys, that's if you can win and then get 2 weeks to prepare for Grissom, for Huntsville, and take that positive mental aspect into homecoming. it could be exciting at the end of the season. Get that mental thing going on, and then you got the Wildcats coming here at the very end. So I think there's a lot of positive things happening.
You may get one of your best players back from an injury around that time, too, so it all could change. That's going to do it for us. We're back on the air coming up next week. If the game make it to the game, we'll be on at around 6:30 with the pregame and the kickoff at 7 as we take on Austin next week. Final score again, Aggies losing this one 45-27. So for Keith Ball, Chris Jenkins, and John Gladden and Barry Galloway, and have a good weekend, everybody.